Welcome to our Rolemaster actual play session. Ain't No Place for a Hero is a campaign set in the world of Duranarki, the continent of men. A gritty, cutthroat world where politics, sorcery, religion, and commerce are all intertwined and reign supreme. Treachery and murder both come cheap, and characters need to be both smart and ruthless to survive. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favor. This is episode 83 of Ain't No Place for a Hero. Having escaped the In-Between and a desert island, the party have set their sights on gaining aid from the retired diplomat Ningwen, only to find Ningwen's palatial home under attack when they arrive. We pick up the story as the hero party are fighting for their lives, but also revenge, as, in the bloody melee in Ningwen's water gardens, they catch sight of their bitter enemy, Professor Florence Urswic, the woman who inflicted terrible torture on them some months ago. Hello, I'm Chris, otherwise known as GM Chance, and welcome to our story. And that story is Ain't No Place for a Hero. These are the characters, the 6 of them, our 6 heroes, who will delight us with their escapades, their adventures, their daring do this evening. In a very short second or two, I'm going to hand over to the players of those characters to introduce the character or characters that they're playing and answer a character development question. Super fast comment from me, my usual thanks. We're growing a channel here at of Horrors and Heroes, and little bit by little bit, we're growing in numbers. And really hugely appreciate the support, the kind words, the well wishes, the advice. Just the comments that appears everywhere on Facebook, on YouTube itself, on a bunch of different role-playing forums, etc., where these videos are posted. Thank you for your support, your encouragement, your enthusiasm, and critically for your enjoyment of the story. This is our hobby. We do this for fun. We're delighted to share our hobby with you, and the fact that people find this entertaining and fun to watch and listen to. It's fantastic. My usual request is, if you are watching this maybe for the first time, or perhaps you've watched 2 or 3 of these videos and you're getting something out of it, you enjoy it, maybe you find something about the way that Pete runs his characters, or how Graham does his tactics, or Keros's dry wit, or Victory's meows, or Demos's combat skills, whatever it is that you get out of it, and if you're enjoying it, and if you haven't already, strongly encourage you, please, click down below for a like, or even better, a subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much, and enjoy our story tonight. Alright, leading us off this evening, Pete, can you take it away? And please, after you answer your question for your character, can you please hand it over to someone else? Take it away, Pete.
Thank you. Yeah, kia ora, my name's Pete, and I'm playing 2 characters tonight, the first of which is Leif. Leif is a half-elf by race and a warrior mage by profession, which means he uses magic and weapon skills. He's a very likeable fellow, quite a reasonably quiet sort of guy, but high empathy. He cares about people a lot. Character development question I'll be answering about him is, how do you approach conflicts of interest within the party? So if people are having a bit of an argument, he'd be the one to or so long as it's not him, on one side. I suppose he would try and be the voice of reason. He'd want to try and quietly, what's the word? Negotiate between people or facilitate, and want to have each person be heard properly, and just to sort of come to a healthy conclusion, basically. Whether if that's accepting each other's differences or going separate ways, that would be fine. But he'd want to be doing it peacefully.
Cool.
The other character I'm playing tonight is Mithan. She is a North woman, High woman. I can't remember her race. She is a ranger. She is by profession. She's she's very good with a bow and has some outdoor skills and a smattering of healing spells. She's not a people person and doesn't she's quite abrupt. I suppose in modern parlance would perhaps describe her as being on the spectrum, I guess, somewhat. I'll answer the same question about her. How do you approach conflicts of interest within the party? Well, if she took any interest in things, so she might not, but if it was something that she felt she needed to participate in, I think she would be quite factual. She would want people to state their opinions, and she would want to clarify exactly what they mean, so cut through any nice ways of saying things and just state exactly how people are feeling,
yes.
And then just get it out in the open and move on. Come to a conclusion as quick as possible and make the most logical decision. That's the way she would work, I think.
Excellent.
Not wanting to bring any emotion into it and calling out emotion as being redundant. Could we please hear from Demos?
Demos, take it away.
Kia ora, I'm Mason. I play Demos. He's just like a big, brawny, hunky, mixed man. He's a warrior type. So very good with his spear, very good with his shields, which has come in handy in the last round. Thank God. Didn't want another death. So for his question, I'll probably answer the same one. So how do you approach conflicts of interest within the party? Probably, honestly, wouldn't. He'd run away because he doesn't like conflict, or he'd run and find someone else to try and deal with it. But I mean, if push came to shove, and he had to step in, he'd probably try to take a very diplomatic approach and just keep everyone cool, calm, and collected, and find out what the problem is and try and solve it then and there. Or tell everyone to just walk away for 10 minutes and come back.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed.
I'll pass over to Kyros.
Kia ora, I'm Alex and I play Keros. She is a young North woman and she's a weather maid, which is a really cool profession. She gets to do all sorts of fun stuff with her hands. Helps people stay hydrated by making her ice wall and so on. She is currently very low on power points. So, she has got a bow and a sword, which she is now starting to discover whether she's any good at, because needs must. She's quite emotionally labile, very childlike, very innocent, strong moral compass. She's got a companion, Victory the cat, who's a very valued member of the party. And she's just quite a sweet character to play. So the question I'm going to answer is, which party member has the hardest path in your opinion? Oh, Victory. And she really appreciates the support off camera. It was devastating being expelled from the Cloud Club. And she also feels Victory's had a pretty tough life. Yes, and being chased up a tree to be killed was not ideal for her. But she actually thinks, rightly or wrongly, that Mithan has had a tough life. And not necessarily because of background, but just purely because she's so her. Like, she's just so not nice. And Keros being super nice and super open, feels that Mithan must have suffered because the world likes nice people. The world likes people pleasers, honey and vinegar and so on. So she feels like Mithan's probably, whether Mithan cares or not, and she doesn't obviously care, feels that from her perspective, that must be a tough life to lead, whether you care or not.
Mithan did get scalped in her youth, so there's that.
There is that as well. There's that.
Yes.
But yeah. But she is fascinated with Mithan's ability to not give a shit, I have to say.
Excellent.
Can we please hear who's left? Graham.
Hi. I'm Graham. I play 2 characters this game. The first of whom is Niathanal. Niathanal is a classic case of running away from the circus. She brought up an acrobat with part of her family troupe that used to tour around. However, had a very dramatic and upsetting parting of ways when she was younger. She has subsequently taken her litheness and acrobatic ability into new realms and has developed herself to be a magent, which is a sort of very sneaky individual who also has some magic mentalism skills and some combat skills. And she has become increasingly complex with age after an unhealthy dose of religion entered her life. And yes, she's very driven in her own way. And in terms of question, how does she handle conflicts of interest? Party are a pretty disparate bunch of people, and they're all a bit messed up, most of them. Not all of them, but well, at least 3. And they're, by and large, they sort of work around each other. I think they're just quite accepting. They all know who they are, and I don't get a sense that they really have too many expectations, but appreciate what the others bring, really. And I think certainly she appreciates. The party allows her to be her and to do what she does without being too judgmental, and she appreciates that. So where people have different ideas and interests, she's not too concerned about it. And to be honest, will go along with something if somebody feels quite strongly about it. She has her own interests, her own things, and if she feels strongly about it, she'll just go off and do them. Probably the exception to all of this is my second character Etienne. Etienne Gilderflower has recently joined the party. He is on a mission from Godness and is a goodly person who has a very strong moral, ethical code and has expectations of how society and others should work. He's a bit of an odd one out, but he feels like he's been sent here to join the party for this very particular mission to save the world. And so that's what he's done. I don't think otherwise he would be here. Not that he actively dislikes anyone, but that's he's a bit of a loner anyway, and that this is his current task that he is following. So in terms of conflicts of interest, he would be an interesting one, given that he has a certain way of doing things and a certain view on life. So he would have something to say about that. I guess we're so caught up in our mission and practicalities of getting out of the shtuck that these things haven't arisen, but I can well imagine they would, given he's got quite a code in a way that the rest of the party perhaps do not.
Fantastic. Well met, one and all. Thank you very much. Well introduced. All right. Very quick summation. Very quick summation. I might actually switch to this view here. Ningwen's beautiful water gardens. Who would like to take it away? Pete and Graham, you tend to be the traditionals. Just a few sentences. Basically, you're fighting for your lives, would sum it up. But yeah, run us through what happened last time, please. Take it away, Pete.
Yep. So last time we started sort of off to the side, and there were people we thought were going to be firing at us. They started to remove them, started to flee basically, or to head towards the little island where we established there was another group of the enemy, and they were holding Ningwen. The person were coming to connect with and get information from captive. So they eventually we made it out into the courtyard where we could see them more clearly. And those people had sort of either made it there safely or been shot by the archers on the heights. We went and assaulted them. We ran down one side and have confronted them on the bridge, basically. Some more people have died of theirs. We haven't, luckily. There's three of them left that we can see here. We know there are more further back in the complex. We know there are allies on the heights with bows. The person who tortured us on the boat, Professor Urswic, or Torvash Ganali, we have seen has scarpered, has run off down the back. Unbeknownst to us, Neathanel, who's been invisible through the whole session, has come down and has teleported to pursue her. Basically, we do not know that because she was been invisible the whole time. But Leif and Demos are bleeding. Torvash Gnarly threw a poison bomb, and that knocked out our good friend. Dagran, who is one of our allies. We're not sure if he's dead or alive, but he certainly is on the ground. We also have one more ally there with a bow who's helping us.
Excellent,
That's
Pete.
it.
Perfect.
Oh.
One last thing.
I feel about the floating thing at the back.
Oh, and one other thing as well. The person you came... Well, you
sorry, of course. And I don't know how we could have avoided this. Ningwen had her throat slit by I think the person that Etienne dispatched, actually.
And her body was thrown to the water.
And perhaps she's still alive.
Maybe. Maybe. And yes, there was this strange... You did hear this a few moments into the fight last time. You heard the following, you may recall. And yes, you've seen this strange kind of shape. You can just make it out here, actually. Just up here. Not sure what it is, but this strange shape. And you've seen it kind of move up and down. Not that you've been paying much attention to it. Up and down quite a bit. And last point for our viewers. These beautiful water gardens are enclosed in a massive glass ceiling. A huge, opaque, almost like a massive glass... Exactly like a massive glass house that covers this entire area. Well described. Thank you very much, Pete. That's great. Are there any qualifying questions? Anything we need to go over? Or are we ready to start the game? Going once. Going twice. Right. Let's start the game. So we are straight into the fight. We're into round one. Rolling a dice for somebody, not you guys. 12. This guy here. It's Perry. Hang on a second. So he got shot, I think by Mithan, correct, Pete?
No, by our friendly archer.
Oh,
Mithan
yes.
tried to shoot him, but he had partial cover. The friendly archer made a really good shot. Yeah.
He did. Thanks, Pete. So... So... Yeah, he's clearly been staggered by that injury, or something's happened to him. He's not looking great. There's an arrow kind of sticking. It didn't quite stick into him, but cut him pretty badly. He staggers back a bit and gets as far as the bridge. Gets to about here. This woman here had firstly shot at you. This woman here, Etienne, had shot at you with this very sneaky little crossbow. There's no such thing as a hand crossbow in this game per se, but there is one of these. They are actually a historical weapon. They're called a latchet crossbow. She had one of those almost concealed. She pulled it up at the last second as Etienne came up to her, fired. The bolt bounced off Etienne. It was ineffectual. She dropped that and drew a sword. She has just been struck, I believe, by Demos. And yeah, she's just kind of standing there blinking. She's bleeding quite a lot. She does stagger back a little bit. She gets back a little bit to about here. I'll just see if she trips and falls. No, she's okay, but she really isn't looking good. Her sword's still in her hand, but she's not looking good. She kind of backs off a little bit. Athanol, you are here. You are invisible. What do you do?
So, obviously she was watching our good friend, Professor Urswic. And I think from memory she came forward and addressed her troops, right?
Yeah,
and was that her? Yeah.
Yep. So she's there.
And then she turned her tail.
Correct.
How far away is she?
She is 73 feet.
Okay. And how would you describe what she's doing at the moment?
She has paused. She's got two people beside her or around her. So this person here, and this person here. They stepped out. It looks like they weren't on the island. You don't know where they come from, but yeah, they're kind of beside her. She's at the moment. She's just she's frantically looking around her. She's scanning the heights. So as described very well by Pete, there are some allied bowmen up here that are just picking off various people. So she's clearly checking on that, and arrows are coming down. This person here was just felled by an arrow. She's looking around basically, and her two companions are doing much the same, just kind of checking to see what's going on before they do something else.
So I think she'll head their way, but she wants to remain invisible.
Okay.
So yeah, she wants to take care about that.
Okay. Sure.
So I think she can move at a jog. Is that right?
She can, yes. Whether she'll be silent, yeah.
Well, that's a good point. In actual fact, she probably doesn't need to because she's not intending to. I don't think she can attack this round.
She
can move at 65, but
so double that is 170. If you would, so running and attacking. Attacking is a 50% action. So if she can make it in 50% of her run, she could run and attack, or charge and attack.
I think she probably wants a better first strike. So I think she will move just kind of short of where they are.
Walking?
Yeah, walking. I think taking care. Well, creeping.
Yep.
So
if she's moving at creeping pace, she's moving half her distance. So she can either creep at half pace, she can walk at ×1 pace, or she can jog at ×1.5 and still remain invisible.
So how about, given she's a fair distance away and there's let's face it, a fair bit going on, and she's got doeskin boots running on even ground, whether she runs the first bit or jogs the first bit and then creeps as she gets closer.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Would you
sorry.
Give me a jog first, 1.5 times, just to see if she trips or falls in the excitement. Basically, just no fumbles.
She trips.
What does she roll?
2.
A 2. All right. It was a routine maneuver. So if you roll again, please.
This is a brilliant start. 47.
Okay. So
what's this adjusted against agility?
Yes.
Plus 35.
Okay. This is the easiest maneuver you can possibly get. So, it's not a fail. I mean, she didn't do very well. But this is a very basic. This is the most basic maneuver. So she doesn't trip and fall. She doesn't become visible. But she only runs 70 or jogs 70%. So approximately what's I'm not even going to ask for an approximate. Let's say she jogs to about kind of there, 28 foot, so not very far. And then if she wants to slow down, and if she wants to slow down and sorry about that, I just put you in the water. And if she wants to, say jog to there and sneak that distance. 40 feet.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
She probably won't go right up next to them, so I think she'll probably just be looking for somewhere that's
Sure. Give me a roll.
Out of obvious eyesight, if you see what I mean, like in front, between her and a tree or something like that. You know what I mean? That's better. 93
93. What's her stalk?
plus 115.
Wow. Okay. 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 She is incredibly quiet. So she does make a little bit of noise, particularly kind of her doeskin boots kind of scuff and skid a little bit here as she trots. But up to this point, as she creeps forward, she is utterly silent. Utterly. Where does she move to, please?
So, yeah, I guess she just wants to be somewhere where she's not going to get in the way, or, so maybe over there would be better, off to the side.
Yeah.
And so she easily wants to position herself so she can attack, perhaps a bit further back if she can. She wants to get to the back of Ningwen if she doesn't move next time.
Yeah.
I don't know which way. Which way is Ningwen facing?
She's kind of looking around her. Torvash Galani, you mean? She's kind of, or Urswic.
Sorry, yeah.
She's kind of looking around at this stage. So these people, 1, 2, 3, are all checking around them. So, but none of the three seem to have even registered any sign of Neathanol at this stage. So you're happy with there?
Yep.
Cool, done. Thank you very much. Next actor is right. This woman here starts to move and kind of starts moving forward. Think at the direction of Torvash Galani, and she's moving along here. She kind of creeps forward. She's got one of these small crossbows out in one hand and a short sword in the other. She heads off. She gets to about there. So basically, that was at this woman Galani's direction. Do you speak Thebronic? Ethel?
I believe so. Hang on, let me just check. Yes, to 4.
To 4. Okay. So yeah, you hear Galani say, "Move up, now, move up," and she duly does so. Hang on, I just want to check that distance actually. So it's probably a little bit far. Gets to about there. Okay, back to the island. This guy here with the crossbow, he was halfway through loading it. He's just seen Leif come up, cut this guy down. Etienne come up, cut this guy down. This woman gets stabbed, and that's it. He just drops the half-loaded crossbow and puts his hands up. He's got no more fight left in him. Keros, you are back here. Have a bow in your hands. I believe you have an arrow on the string. What do you do?
Where's my mate? Where's Demos?
Demos is right there.
Oh. Can I please move forward to keeping my bow and arrow and being alert, ready to fire. Now, I don't know what percentage. Is that a 75, a snap? What's it called, a snap fire? No,
Pete, you see the Keros reloaded last time as she moved, so currently you have an arrow on the string. In fact, I should have given you a bonus for initiative because you're ready to fire if you wish, Keros. My mistake.
Okay.
But yeah, you're ready to fire. There's an arrow on the string. You have in front of you Demos here with a spear, Leif, Etienne. You've seen your foe, Torvosh Galani, or as you knew her, Professor Urswic, go this way. There's a foe here. There's another guy here. That's what you can see.
That one kind of in my line of sight, is that a clear shot?
Yeah, very.
That one there?
Yeah.
What, and the distance is good?
Distance is 61 foot, yeah.
And I'm not going to hit a buddy?
Not at this. No. Your friends are on the bridge.
Oh.
You can step to one side and you can take that shot if you wish.
Oh yeah, I want to do that.
She takes like a step there. She raises her bow.
Yep.
and no pressure here, Keros. But pull the string back and let's see you roll.
66.
66.
Oh, hey.
Nice. And that is on number 13.
And I'm plus something, aren't I? I'm plus 44.
You are. 66. Now, you don't get a bonus or a minus for the range. It's a neutral range. She's pretty fast. All of these people kind of dressed in black are pretty fast. But not fast enough, Keros.
Huzzah.
That is... It's not an amazing attack, but it's 10 and an A puncture. Roll the critical, please. Hope for a high number.
Let's get some blood. Oh, 35.
35. You do her another 2 hits. Add plus 10 to your next attack. However, the critical wasn't huge, but it was enough. She goes down. What happens?
Oh! Did I get her in the neck?
Up to you.
Oh, I do. I get her in the neck and the blood is spurting and the grass turns red and she collapses. And then you can't see her, but you can just see the spurt. The spurt out of her neck. Love it. Yay.
Well done.
Thank you. Because she's not confident with her bow.
She's not.
That was brilliant. Very good.
Good job.
Not amazing.
What was the level, Chris?
Killed 6th level Keros. Nice shooting, Keros.
Thank you.
First blood to Keros.
Huzzah.
Next up. Cool. Leif.
Leif is going to go for the one at the back.
This one here.
Yep. Move and attack with some parry. So going to do... no.
He's 30 foot away.
No. Yep, no, just move and attack, I think.
Okay.
I don't know, holding 10% for parry. And we'll make a suggestion over his shoulder to Demos.
3 words.
Demos guard and gesture to the surrendering one.
Okay.
Leif's aware Demos is losing blood, so perhaps. Yeah.
Okay. You move up and attack Pete. And now you've got a negative 30 for this because you've moved and attacked. Yep. Give me a roll.
Plus 10 for the attack from Etienne.
Plus 10 from the attack from Etienne. Sure thing. Give me a roll, please. Make it good.
Ooh, it's a 50 in the in-between. Oh, no.
50, right down the middle.
Yep. Oh, Sorry, and that's negative 10% for he's holding 10% back for parry if he's needing it. So
Okay, 10 for parry. However, he has acted at negative 30. Yes, sorry to say, this guy's fast. Not only is he fast, Leif, but he kind of moves in this kind of weird, fluid kind of way. You haven't really seen... So he's very graceful. He kind of just steps aside from the blow. He's very, very graceful with his movements, and he's definitely fast. Yeah, I mean, it was a totally average shot down the line. You're also losing hits, so you've got a penalty for that, and you're parrying. So even with an average attack, yeah, sorry, it's a swing and a miss.
no, all good. Thanks.
Next up, and 7. Yeah, wallop. Thunk. So, Neathanol, you see this, no one else. But somebody from up here shoots this woman in the back. It's not a mortal wound by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, it definitely hits her. Kind of grazes her back, and she kind of yelps in pain. She doesn't scream, disciplined and all that, but she's definitely been hit. So these archers up above are definitely still a force to be reckoned with, sure. Etienne, you've just seen Leif move up, make an attack. This guy in front of you has surrendered. This woman here has gone down with an arrow in her neck, an arrow that looks suspiciously like Keros's arrow. What do you do, please?
Moves to attack the same person that Leif is engaged with.
Done.
Holding back. I guess an 80-20 attack.
80-20, sure. So you have a negative 30. So you're at negative 25 because of your injury to your ankle. Negative 30 because you have moved and attacked, and you're also parrying 20. Done. Give me a roll, please.
Well, worth a go, huh?
Go for it.
Nah, 22.
22. Parrying. Move 30. Parrying.
117.
Yep, got it. Parrying 20. Yep.
Yep.
Cool. No, that's. Oh, sorry. And the roll was 22.
Mm-hmm.
Swing and a miss. Sorry, getting completely. Yeah, just cut through air. He, as described to Leif, this guy is very, very agile. Fun.
What's the distance to Demos, please?
Distance to Demos from here is 46 foot.
46 foot. Sorry. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just figuring out if she can move and cast a spell.
Okay.
So 65 times 2 if she's moving at double her pace.
I love it when players do their own calculations. Thank you, Pete.
0.75 equals... Oh, damn it. How far did you say? Sorry.
46, I believe.
Yep.
46.
Okay.
Yep.
No, that's beyond double her. Yeah, she wouldn't have enough to cast her. She wouldn't have 75% of her action to cast her spell. She got there to him.
Okay.
So she is going to move forward and reload as she goes.
Okay. She going to?
She wants to get. Oh, actually, she'll walk right up to the surrendering guy, and be menacing him with a. By the time she gets there, I assume a loaded bow.
65 foot. Can she walk 65?
That's her base movement.
How about that? Okay.
And okay to do a simultaneous action, or does she need to jog a little bit?
Yeah, I think jogging a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, give me a roll just to see if she falls off the bridge.
Not with a 70, I don't think.
No, you're fine. It's really just interested in a dud. Okay, you come up. You move past Etienne. Sorry, Demos. Yep.
Yep. She'll say as she passes him, do you need healing, or you need healing? Question would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's here, basically a bit of distance between her and this guy.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Very good. Thank you. It's gonna be fun. You don't have your shield, unfortunately, do you?
No, because she's got her bow.
There is again from up on the towers, and an arrow hits you, Mithan. 13 in a C puncture.
That's not manners.
Here's the C coming at you. Exclamation mark R space D 100. Hope for a low roll, Mithan. It's coming at you right now.
It's not low.
It's not low.
Oh dear.
Oops, a daisy. Really sorry, Mithan.
I think she's got one more.
Strike to back of head. If foe has no helm, dies.
Yeah, she doesn't have a helm.
Foe has a helm plus 6 hits, and 2 is down for 2 hits. I'm really sorry, Mithan.
That's unfortunate.
Particularly as it's friendly fire.
Yeah. Assumed they'd pass the message on, but it's obviously not.
Yeah. She goes down. So for viewers watching this channel, and we've also got a friend of ours potentially listening in. This is a deadly game. Rolemaster is a game where characters die regularly. Every character gets 3 life levels, 3 death chances, 3 life saves. Call them what you will. Mithan has just used up her 3rd and final, Pete.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So she has one more. The next time she dies, she's dead.
2 in 1 game day.
2 in 1 game day. Sure, she took an arrow and another arrow as well. I'm really sorry, Pete. She goes down.
Right,
so the way it's played out is, in one alternate universe, Mithan, you get shot through the head and your character is dead. In this universe, in this situation, this world, in this realm, there's a glancing shot off your head, and Mithan, you collapse on the ground. The arrow hits you in the head, and you're down, and you're out of the combat. I am really sorry, Mithan. That is rubbish luck. Rubbish luck. Down. That's not meant to happen. I'm sorry, Pete.
It's the game.
It is the game. Thanks, Pete. Speaking of your companion, this guy, the archer, Gildar sees this happen. He sees the arrow come down, and he is screaming at the top of his voice. Probably, I'm not sure. Demos, you speak Thebronic, don't you?
Well, they were South Tongue.
Mixture of South Tongue and Thebronic.
I think I speak both.
Yes, you do. So you hear him yelling. Gildar is yelling, "No, you fools! You fools! No, they're allies! Stop! Stop! These are allies!" And he's waving his bow and absolutely spending his round. He's up standing by Keros and waving his bow. "It's Gildar! It's Gildar, you fools! Stop your fire! These are allies! They're allies!" And without a doubt, the people in these towers here, Keros, you think, have got the message. He's also waving over here as well. He's done it before, you may recall, when an arrow came close to Etienne. You don't know if it's actually done the trick this time, but he's certainly yelling at the top of his voice, Demos, and there's quite a few expletives in there. "Allies! Cease fire! Cease fire!" He's taking his entire round to do it. He's reloading in the process, but other than that, he is screaming at the top of his voice at the towers. Demos, you've just seen your companions fell, these two in front of you. This woman's just gone down with an arrow in her neck. You've just seen Mithan take an arrow to the head again. And you are here. What do you do?
Can he... So the one that surrendered, does he have a weapon? Can Demos see a weapon on him or, like, near him?
You can certainly take a perception roll for a better look. You see he dropped his crossbow, and you think at a glance, you think he's got a sword at his belt or some kind of bladed weapon in his belt. I mean, it's all happening pretty fast, but yeah. I suppose he's directly in front of you. So no, you could see he's got either a short sword or a decent dagger in his belt.
Could he just, I guess, kind of move towards Mithan, but keep his like eyes and spear pointed at the one that's surrendered?
Sure.
And I mean, if there's enough, I guess if he moves, Demos will move. If
yes.
That makes sense.
So
yeah.
an opportunity. So opportunity action. You're moving up to what there. You're keeping your spear right on him, and you've moved up there. Anything else?
I guess just cheek Mithan.
Okay.
So he's seen her go down. Just give her like a nudge, just to like, are you good?
Mithan's out. She's unconscious.
Okay.
Or dead.
Or dead. Can I just yell out like Mithan's down?
Yeah, sure. Mithan's down.
Everyone?
That's 2 words. Yep. Sure.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess that'll be all.
Okay. Nothing else from Demos?
No, but if that guy moves, Demos would attack.
Skewering time. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
And that is the end of the round. Next round. So the woman in front of you, Niathanor, has just seen her companion take an arrow. she do? She actually changes side and moves kind of cautiously, kind of crouches down, makes herself kind of a small target, and gets herself in line as much as she can with the trees. So she's kind of trying to use the trees as much cover from this direction, where the arrow shot aim last time, and moves over here. She was, yeah, probably where she gets to. Okay. This woman here. So the woman that was shot just legs it. She absolutely just starts pelting at Neathanel. You see her. She was there. 110. Yeah. She runs and gets to here. She is really just showing a clean pair of heels. And, yeah, there's blood behind her. She is absolutely making a run for it. This guy here standing in front of both Etienne and Leif. He attempts to disengage, so this is a 30% action, and if he's successful, he gets 10 feet away from you, and then he can run or do something after that if he chooses. Ooh. 17 plus the easy maneuver because he's injured. 62. Yep. Okay, he's got a 90% chance of doing it. Yep. So he moves. He basically moves out of striking range for you both. 10 foot away. And then definitely turns tail and runs. And he just belts it. Now, is there a chance? There's a small chance that he runs into you, Neathanel. There's a very small chance, but a chance nonetheless. I'd give you a roll to see if you can get out of the way as well. Let's just see if it's realistic, if it's an issue or not. 150 there. So Chappie just pegs it to here. Say just pure dumb luck, Neathanel. There is a 25% chance that he could possibly hit you. If I roll under 25, you'd still get a maneuver to avoid him. This is this is to see if you need to avoid him. Now, so he just runs around. He's keeping to the trees, Neathanel. He runs around here, past his companion here, and gets to there. Next up, speaking of Neathanel, it is your turn.
So can she move and assassinate? For want of a better word. I employ her ambush skill.
Twishkalani is 43 foot away. You could... Definition of ambush is you've got to make it up there without the person knowing you're there. So you would need to walk up, because creeping would only get you halfway. You definitely need to walk up to do it. You could creep up walking, but you will be louder than if you were going at a creeping distance. So if you made a really, really good stalking roll for your first part of your action, and she doesn't detect you, you could walk up and strike her undetected. However, as I say, you're walking as opposed to creeping, which means you'd be louder than normal rather than creeping. You can still attack her, no doubt about it. You can definitely attack her this round. It's whether or not you can attack her unobserved or not. So now your attack will be 50% of your action. You would probably get surprise. So a walking stalk roll, and then basically if you make that and she doesn't hear you you would get an attack on her. You can still get you would still get an attack on her, but if she didn't hear you, you'd get the ambush on her as well.
All right, I'll try.
Okay, roll please.
26.
26. What is her stalk?
115.
Okay. So you got a result of that. Galani needs to better that. Her perception. See if she does. She needed to roll 141. That was your roll, Niathanal. Orbosh Galani rolled 131. You get 50% attack because you've moved 50%. Ambush on this person. Make a roll. Make it good.
Oh, shit. 28.
Okay.
I needed a good roll there.
Now.
Plus 10 for Etienne?
Yes.
No, she will.
No, is that worn off?
No, she wasn't in range.
Ah.
So this is a 50% because you moved half of your round. I've got you as 111 for your short sword. Is that correct?
114.
14. Oh.
I think you have Niathanal. She was last level actually.
Oh, okay. 57 is the bonus.
And if she should succeed, she would also try silent. I mean, that's academic, perhaps, but anyway.
You get surprise. You of course become visible at this point. So you get plus 20 for surprise. What was the roll, please?
Oh, and rear?
And rear. Good point. She does have her back to you. No, I'm going to say rear flank. She is looking around. She's just seen one of her companions be shot with a bow, hence the reason she's creeping. So not rear. It's plus 25 as opposed to plus 35. So 57 for the short swords, rear of 25, 20 for surprise. She wouldn't get her DB because she's unaware of the attack. And the roll was a what, please?
28.
28. Even with a pretty average attack, because of the... Let me give her a little bit of a DB because she is moving, I guess, but not much. With a pretty average roll, it's still 19 and a D/. Roll the D, please, and this is modified by your ambush.
Oh, I'm so unlucky. 11.
11. What's your ambush?
Plus 14.
See? You were aiming for her chest, and she moved at the very last second. You do her another 3 hits.
Shit. That was it, wasn't it? That was the moment. That was the moment to roll well.
A bit of a staring contest happens here between your chap who's just dropped the crossbow and yourself, Demos. He's staring at you, you're staring at him. He's just got his hands up, he's just shaking his head and just kind of putting his head down. He really doesn't look to be any kind of threat. Leif, what do you do?
Perception.
Perception, sure.
Looking to see who is in this next bit where the guys run to.
Sure, give me a roll, please.
Actually, yeah, it would be a 30% action, please.
Yep.
45.
5, thank you. It is masked, of course. 45, yes. And what is his bonus, please?
Plus 40.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot is happening. You do, yeah. In front of you, yeah, you see Neathanel suddenly blink into view, and I would say you've caught a glimpse of someone. You think it could be Torvash Galani. She's in the shadows. There's a couple of trees in the way. Neathanel's in the way, but you saw her. You definitely saw her shout out before, so you're aware of her. It's probably her. Not 100%. It's probably her. There's still one of the foe here. But other than that, there's just corpses around here. A lot of arrows, a lot of bodies with arrows in them.
Thank you. He will point out Neathanel,
Yep.
Ganali, maybe, to Etienne.
Yep.
And Leif will advance with his shield up for 70% of his action, and he is aiming for... actually, he's going to just want to be... Well, he's going to move...
How far can he move, please?
70 is his base movement rate. So 30 is percent of his action. So if he was, 140 times 0.7. So he could move 98. Oh no, sorry. Hang on. The run is jog is 1.5, isn't it?
Correct.
Not 2.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Whoopsies. What's that? 105 times 0.7. 70 foot is his distance he can move as a jog.
Jog. So
no way he'll be able to attack, but yeah, he'll advance on that person and be. He won't quite get there. He'll still want to reserve a little bit for parry.
So he's what?
Reserving 20 for parry. Yep, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Done.
Yep.
Oh. Where are you, Leif? Cool. So to there, say. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. A little bit more when he gets up here. There are people running this way, and there are people chasing them, and there's fighting and stuff going on up here.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. Moving on. Okay. Keros. You've just felled this woman with an arrow through her neck. What are you doing?
Who else can I kill?
Jeez.
The guy who surrendered, but they not approve.
Oh, I don't know if she'd do that, to be honest. Her might, but I don't know if Keros would. So I've got no one I can kill in the immediate vicinity. That's annoying.
Well, if you're looking for targets, you'd be shooting like past Etienne, a pretty risky shot. There is someone 158 foot away over there. I'd probably require a perception roll for you to have a decent look around, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I am
Sorry,
going
can I interrupt for a second? Because we did. There's that. Oh, did that guy keel over? There was one guy who was bleeding heavily behind us.
He's
We
gone.
Were,
He's dead.
Sorry, excuse me.
Oh, shame. Thank you, Pete.
He had 3 arrows in him. He's keeled over. He's gone.
Oh, he doesn't need one more, I suppose. Can I move and reload? Oh, hang on, because I was ready for rapid fire at 90%, minus 20 plus my 10% attack. Reload. Can I move up and reload? Reloading a composite bow is 70%.
Yeah. I'd give
and move 30%.
Yeah, I'd probably say a combined action, and let's say you could move, say 7. You probably don't get your full move, nor your full. Yeah, you wouldn't get your full move, but you would be able to reload as you walk. So, what's your what movement speed are you walking, and how far are you moving?
I don't know if she's in a hurry.
Okay.
Where's Demos?
Demos is standing here with a spear guarding this man here.
Oh, I'd love to shoot him, but she won't. She'd move up in that vicinity, and her base movement is 50 without pack.
Cool. So here.
And walking is times 1. Oh, okay. Yep. You know more than me. Yep. And she'd reload, please.
Oh, she's doing that. Yeah, okay. So, Kyros, you walk up there, and you've now got an arrow on the string. Done. And there's a very worried-looking man here.
He should be. He should be worried. You never know.
Cool. Etienne, you've just seen your chap in front of you sprint off. You've seen Leif move up. What do you do?
Well, you need to move forward and quick. And he will. Yep, he got the message. He's off.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. So he'll follow Leif.
Okay. Same.
Well, I think probably. Well, hang on. What? He hasn't. He's been told that Niathanor and their arch enemy is up ahead. As he runs up.
No, he hasn't been told that.
Oh,
did he? Or what did you say, Pete?
Leif pointed.
Oh, yes, he did.
Niathanor and Torvash or Gnarly, maybe.
Yep. Okay.
Right. Well, I'll go wherever Leif pointed.
Okay. So distance, please? He's moving.
Sorry. He moves at 65. Yeah, he'll go. Well, how far can he go if he runs?
Double.
No, yeah. What's the distance?
Where's he going?
So 100. Well, to where Leif pointed.
Okay. So over here from Etienne is 100 foot.
All right, he'll run to that, and then the rest he'll parry.
Okay. Give me a running roll, please. Don't trip.
Needed that roll last time, didn't I? 87.
No joy. Okay. Oops, a daisy. You get up there. Oh, things aren't looking good for Torvash Galani, are they? Suddenly outnumbered. All right. Cool. You're fine with your run. Cool. Athana's out to it. Gilda has finished with his yelling last round. He, like Kyros, he trots up. He's running at half pace, 1.5 pace, with his bow re-stringing an arrow. Still yelling. stop, 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 and gets to there. So he passes both yourself, Keros, and Demos, and the guy that surrendered. His bow out. Speaking of Demos, what are you doing?
I think Kiros is kind of staring at the dude as well.
With a loaded bow, yep.
Yeah. I think he'd still want to like kind of keep half an eye on it, but would sort of bend down and actually like properly check on Mathan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you glance down. I'm not going to ask for a diagnosis roll or anything like that. You glance down. She's still breathing. You see her chest is rising and falling. She's got a pretty nasty another one gash to her head. So she's not dead. You've figured that much out in 10 seconds. That was probably a 30% action with your remaining 70%. What else are you doing, Demos?
Oh, I don't know. Would it be wise to like try and pick up Mathan, do you guys think, and take her with us, or just like prop her up and leave her there?
You're wanting an opinion?
Yes, please.
Yeah, she weighs 220 pounds. I don't know how heavy that is. She's quite big. Very tall. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to... I think that Demos would know about the herb box Mathan has. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to suggest something. Is that okay?
It's okay for me. Well, GM?
Oh, well, we do though, don't we? Yeah,
you do, but I don't know.
Kind of gaming it, Pete. Sorry.
Characters know, but maybe the owners might have forgotten. Is my line. The characters wouldn't have forgotten, though, right?
No, definitely not. Especially Keros.
But who does the healing?
Sorry?
Who does the healing when someone gets hurt?
Mathan.
And where does Mathan go for the healing stuff?
Yeah, I feel like the owners might have forgotten, but the characters wouldn't have forgotten this stuff.
I agree.
All right. Talk me into it. I'm really keen to keep things rolling. Go for it. What are you doing?
Cool. So you would know, and especially Keros would know, because we discovered it together in the Seer's Tower, that Mathan has got that herb preserving box, and in it are 5 doses of this berry, and they would have discussed that because Mathan would have shared this knowledge. He was 10 hits instantly. So if Demos is needing more hits, then at least Keros would know that exists.
Keros has suddenly remembered that.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Sorry, the GM is gonna call bullshit on that. That feels a little bit contrived.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's a bit contrived. That's a bit contrived. No, I'm gonna say no. If you'd talked about it beforehand, if you'd said, "Hey, it's in there," and you'd actually made a point of saying it, fair enough. But just kind of, "Hey, we sat around a campfire," and they probably would have said this. No, I'm calling bullshit. Sorry. Moving on. What else does Demos do? Not like it. Sorry, guys. Doesn't sit well. What does Demos do?
Fair enough. He'd just try and prop Mathan up and try and wake her up, so we can move. Yeah.
Okay. What do you do to try to wake her up?
Give her a shake.
Give her a kiss. Might get you stabbed, but yeah. Describe what you do, please, Demos.
Just I don't know. Grab it, kind of shake her a little bit, slap her face a little bit.
Okay.
Mathan, wake up.
Sad to say she doesn't. I'm sorry. Next round.
Okay.
Nice try. Next round. Initiative. We are off. All right. Tovashkalani, the woman who imprisoned you for a month, stood over you on the rack and inflicted horrible pain and suffering. Some of you, by the way, are down in appearance because of the torture that she inflicted on you. Some of you have had mental anguish for the goodness knows how long because of the things that she did to you on that boat. You will never forget her face. And now, Athanol, it's right in front of you. She does, however, reach down. Not reach down. Clamps her jaws on something, and she's got something in her mouth, and suddenly her eyes are a bit more alert. She attempts to disengage. This could be a very important roll. 38. It's a team maneuver for her. 38 plus 5, so you got that. 70. Yeah, 100% success. She gets 10 foot away from you. Just to basically, she kind of does that dance of two people in front of another person. Does that dance, gets a little bit away from you, and then, like her companion, just starts sprinting, or attempts to start sprinting. And she's off. She's fast. Realistically, she gets up to here. Runs around here, up the stairs, and gets to the bottom of the second flight of stairs. This guy here, so legs it. Here, there is horrible things happening here with sharp, pointy objects. Lots of screaming, lots of yelling. There's bowfire coming down in this direction, and people are moving down. Allies are moving down. Seven. Okay, this is number 3. Okay. Ethanol, you've just seen your prey, you struck her. You thought you did her a blow that probably should have stopped her or stunned her or stopped her in her tracks. It wasn't amazing, but you thought it was enough, but then she's just moved on. What do you do?
Run after her.
Okay, give me a roll, please.
9.
9. Cool. What's your... it's an easy maneuver. You can run up to times, I think I said times 3 paces, no, times 2 paces in a round. So you can go from a standing start as you are now to double. 9. What's her quickness? Her agility, please.
Agility plus 35.
Thank you. Cool. 44 on an easy. 80%. What's 80% of times double her roll?
So I can't go up higher than double. Can't go to a sprint.
Yeah, and actually, I just realised that I incorrectly put your prey at too far ahead of you, actually, because she was also. I put her there. No, so she didn't get there. She would have actually got to about there because she was the same from you. She was from a standing start too, so she's about there. So yes, double for you.
Yeah, so
80%.
the base movement. That will be 80% of 130 for double.
Okay, divided by 100 times 80 is 104. Right on her heels. Like right on her heels. So that's it.
Not enough to try and tip her up or anything.
Unfortunately not. Because of that roll, you're close behind her, but you're not. You haven't overtaken her. Depending on how she rolls next time and how you roll next time, might be able to get her. Okay, Keros. Any action from yourself with training your bow on this man?
Oh, so tempted. So tempted. What's beyond that tree? What can I see beyond?
You need probably a perception roll to have a really, really good look, but you've just caught a glimpse of. There's another bridge here. Probably about what you can see there. If you wanted to learn more, you'd have to make a perception roll.
I would like to make a perception roll.
Cool.
Please.
Is this a 10% action at a negative 20 or a 30% having a really good look around?
30% having a really good look around.
M.E.R.P, please.
44.
44. Cool. And her perception is what, please?
It is perception plus 36.
Cool. Yeah, not a lot. She kind of glances around the tree. She catches a glimpse of Etienne there. She thinks, maybe it's Neathanel in the distance, you think, but that's about it. She really doesn't get much of a look around, I'm afraid.
Okay. And I'm with Demos.
Demos is right here. Yep. Demos there.
And Mithan.
Mithan is unconscious here.
Okay. I'm going to... Can I save the rest of my 70%?
To do what?
Potentially fire.
At?
Foe.
Where?
Later. In the vicinity, later on.
The vicinity, yeah. Okay. Covering all your bases. Not quite how opportunity actions work, but yeah, okay.
Thank you.
All right. 7. 16. 7. Bow shot from above. Ooh. This woman here screams. Nathaniel, you're right on Kawashkalani's heels. This woman screams as an arrow goes through her arm, and she stops in her tracks. She's clearly in a pretty bad way. Leif.
How far is Leif from Etienne, please?
Okay. So just to paint the scene, might be aware Nathaniel's run in that direction. There's what appears to be an enemy here, and Etienne is 54 foot.
I say again?
54, 5'4".
54. Cool. Okay. 70 times 1.5 equals 105. So Leif is going to run to Etienne, put his hands on him,
Yep.
and casts leap. Oh, I knew this was going to get me. Damn it. Nope, he's not going to do that. I keep forgetting it's not the right spell list. Keep thinking it's Lofty Bridge, and he doesn't have that. And leaving is a full spell, so he can't do what he was going to do. Damn it. Yep, he's going to go and attack the one that's standing there.
Okay.
Uh,
Distance
Yep.
of 24 foot.
He'll move up in full parry, actually.
Okay.
Do a zero attack, but parry with the rest.
Okay. Sure thing. Life. On. What? Was it 4? It's 4.
Actually, he'll do a 20% attack. Is that possible?
No, you've got to use 50%.
50%. Okay, no, but he can do a 0% attack.
Yes. Yes, you can. It's basically a lucky swing. It's weird.
Okay. Yep. No, he'll do that. Stick with it. He's got 70% to parry, but he'll do. Yep.
Okay, cool. And so 0% attack?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a roll, please.
Please, it was only 0%. It's 6.
6. Okay.
Please don't invest more in that.
Moves up, makes a swing. Misses.
Yep.
Okay. Next up is this individual. And they attempt to do the same. Disengage. Definitely disengage. Take one step aside, and then they run 55 times 2, 110. They're off as well.
Times 2 or times 1.5?
Times 2 in total, because they can get up to times 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Start pegging it around here. Side the ethanol. Ooh. However, there is another twang from a bow. And let's see, does this 20 and a deep puncture on this person? And that's a 66.
Woohoo! It's been ages.
It has. This is pretty horrific, actually, Nathaniel. You've just seen the woman in front of you get an arrow literally through her arm, and then I don't know how aware of it you are, but maybe you're not because you're so focused on what's ahead of you. But this person here gets an arrow literally through the head and collapses, and it's very, very dead. Next up, Etienne.
Well, he's pretty intent on landing what he understands to be the big baddie, and so he's going to try and take her down. He's going to sprint and wants to knock her over.
Okay, sure thing. Give me a roll, please.
Going to mentally do a prayer as he goes.
So he can run times 2 his speed at this rate. Next time he can do times up to 4, because it's two steps of speed increase you can get in a round. That makes sense as you speed up.
37.
37. 37, what is his movement and armor? I think we agreed it was 0. Yep, 37. Cool. 37, it's an easy maneuver. 37 is 70% of what he can normally run. At times 2, what's 70% of his running speed, please?
He can run at 65, I believe. Sorry, 70.
Yes.
So 70%, sorry, whatever it was of 140. What did you say? 70%?
You can run at 90.
98. 98. So that's 70% of 140 is 98.
He is right on Niathanel's heels. Bang. Oops. There he goes. He's there. Okay. Next. The guard. Yep. Okay. Oh. And that is the end of the round. That's 4 rounds. Okay. Initiative for next round. Rolling initiative. We're off. Your foe in front of you runs in doubles, so 65 times. She just burst the speed, so she was running double last time. So she gets up to times 4. Oops, a daisy, didn't mean to do that. Not mean to do that. Here we go. So she is absolutely belting it. It's up to... Runs up the stairs. Second flight of stairs. Probably actually all the way to the top. Bearing in mind there's stairs. It's probably a bit far. She gets up here. Past this person. She's going for the top. Guy here. It's... Go. On. Moves up and gets to... No, she can't. She's stunned. Okay, next up. Okay. Ethanol.
So continues in chase. When it comes to stairs,
Yep.
if she did an acrobatics maneuver, does that help her get up the stairs more quickly? Rather than going...
Yeah, get it. I'd say in the interest of time, no. If she was going down the stairs, maybe. Not up. No. Sorry. So times 4, she can run up to times 4 her pace this time, because she ran 2 last time. What's times 4, please? Assuming she... and it should be on your sheet, or someone's sheet, what the difficulty for times 4, please. Really help me out here, Pete. Find that. I think it's on yours.
Fast sprint is easy.
Easy, thank you. Great. Give me an easy roll for times 4, please.
100.
100. Roll again.
Make up for the last ones, right? 14.
14. 100 plus 14 plus her agility, which is
35, I believe.
35. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. 149. Goodness me, on an easy, you said, Pete?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So, grab a bit more maths for you. 149. She can run 130% of her distance. So...
Right. 130% of 4 times her base movement rate.
Correct.
Right. So, 65 times... Oh, I need a calculator.
An additional 78. 65 times
65.
4. 260 plus 78. 338 is what I calculate. So
Thanks.
65 times 4 equals 260 times 0.3
Yep.
is an extra 78. Yep. 260 plus 78 equals 338.
Great. So you've outdistanced her, you've outpaced her, you've well and truly outpaced her. Up to you what you decide to do. Neathnal, you belt it up here. You run past this woman here who's got the arrow in her arm. You run up these stairs. A glance to one side shows that there's a desperate fight going on between what appears to be a couple of thugs up here and 3 of Ningwen's guards here. You then basically fly up the next flight of stairs onto this landing up here. And then yet another, absolutely pegging it, up that landing. Basically leap up that. It's kind of up to you how the distance and what you choose to do here. Because as you get up here, you see, for a start, probably as you're coming up the stairs, several things. Being a bit generous with the information. But there are definitely a number of these people. And the other thing that you notice is there is this object. Which, what are we at? We're at round 4, aren't we? Yes, round 4. So, I do just a minute. A little bit of GM jiggery pokery here. Go. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh, don't do that to me. Go. Go. Lovely. That work? Yes, it did. Excellent. Just let me do a little bit of editing. So get rid of you, and you don't really comprehend what's going on, Neathnal, but there is this object. Oops. That is basically just coming down to the ground here, and Galani is just yelling something top of her voice as she's sprinting, or 3 words.
What does she say?
Get me on! And there are a number of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are kind of hot. And she's coming up to the top of the stairs as she sees this. She's there. There's definitely a number of these people. clustering around this object, whatever this object is. There's one of the guys on the island that's run up here, and there is a bowman here. Your call. You can definitely outdistance Galani. You've got more than enough pace to run into her or shove her or do something. But you would see this in a split second as you come up. But I'd give you your decision kind of as you're coming up these stairs, as it's all coming into view. I'm probably being a bit generous. You decide what you want to do when you get to there.
That looks suicidal. Is there anything around grappling in terms of,
Yeah. I get it.
Protecting myself.
Yeah. There's a grappling attack you can make. Unfortunately, you have used your entire maneuver to run. However, you did roll 100. I think that has to count for something. And I would say that you probably can't make an attack on her because that would be a bit too generous, but you could attempt to shove her or push her or do something. You can't grab her this round, but you could shove her this round, I could say, or attempt to shove her.
I don't think this is going to happen. I think actually she's not. I mean, this would be suicidal. I don't think this is going to work. So I think she's going to stop. She's going to actually pull short and take cover from the bow.
Okay. So she's there, basically. Okay.
Yeah, and go below the lip of the stairs.
Crouch
you know
down.
what I mean?
Yeah,
so she's got,
crouch down. Got it.
So the bow, she can't see the bow.
Got it. Done. Cool. Just see if the person with the bow came before you in... No. Right. Etienne.
We'll follow. He's in pursuit too. So
Okay, cool. Give me a roll, please. Same again. You can move up to ×4.
2.
2. That's a failure, I'm afraid, or potentially a failure. Give me a roll, please. On an easy. He probably won't fall. He'll probably just be slow.
7.
7. Okay. 2 minus 7. Egg 5. 50%. So, what's 50% of his base movement rate times 4?
Times 4.
Yeah.
So he's 70 times 4, so it's 280, so 140.
140?
Yep.
Okay. It's not bad. He still gets up to here. Helps when you've got some pace behind you. So he's, even with an absolutely appalling roll, he didn't trip and fall, and he's here.
All right.
Next up, Leif.
He's going to follow.
Okay, give me a roll, please. Standing start, so he can only run 2 this round.
Yep. Oh, 81.
81, definitely that might even be more than 100%.
12 agility.
81 plus 12, thank you. Easy 93, 100, yes. So what's double, please?
140.
Cool. 140. Yeah, okay. Leif, you sprint up to here. Okay. There's the sound, by the way, of running feet behind you. to Daisy. And Etienne, you saw these guys kind of pegging them, running behind you. You're a little bit worried considering, there's been some friendly fire incidents, but they seem intent on chasing the people in front of you. Next up. Okay, right. Just bonk. Keros, what are you doing, please?
Oh, itching to fire that bow.
Yes.
So nothing's really happening where I am.
Nope.
The prisoner is under guard from Demos, right?
Correct.
Can I hear of any of this commotion going on without doing a perception?
You can hear the sound of running feet, shouting, screaming, occasional bow fire. There's definitely a fight over here. You're aware of people dying and swords clashing, and stuff is definitely going on in this direction, for sure.
Nice. Keros is going to say, all yours, Demos.
Mm-hmm.
Blow him a kiss.
Okay.
And she's going to trot as far as she can trot, like a light jog. She's not in a rush, but she's not meandering. Like a light jog, maybe.
So what speed on her character sheet you can see there?
She's going to do a jog.
1.5, great.
Which is 1.5. Base movement is 50.
Oh, 150 foot, that's nice and easy. She is here. She wants to move 150. That will take her up to there.
Without being shot.
Can't give you that, I'm afraid. You might be shot.
But she'll take cover, and she won't be just like, hey, here I am. She'll be like,
Hey, here I'm not. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She's got an arrow on a string. She is feeling very lonely. There is no one else around at this stage.
She's got a cat. She's good.
Okay, cool.
She's got a cat. She's still alive.
Yeah,
so that's
yeah,
good.
that's true. Okay. No view. There. That. $280. Ooh, that's a long way. 280. It's still within bow shot, though. It's a very long way. Yep. Twang! Twang in a second. It's a hit, but just a glancing shot. Okay. Fun. Oh god, it hurts. It really, really hurts. Oh god, ow! Did someone shoot me in the head again?
Again?
You come to, Mathan.
Oh, thank goodness.
Give me an orientation roll to kind of clear your head and figure out where you are.
59?
59, yeah. Yeah, you're currently lying down. Demos is standing over you. He's got a spear pointed at this guy here. Your bow and your quiver and arrows are beside you. Your head hurts.
Ouch. Okay.
What is she doing?
Get to her feet, basically.
Okay. She's got
shaking her head. I'm sure that's all she'll be able to do for this round. I mean, ouch.
Probably give you picking up her bow and arrow, if you like.
Picking up the bow and arrow, and want healing to Demos.
Okay. Want healing? Done. Actually, sorry, Kiros, you're not actually as lonely as you were. Your friend Gilda, the archer, who's been yelling all the way through, "Don't shoot, don't shoot," and he's actually beside you saying, "Don't shoot, don't." So you're assuming that's what he's saying because you don't speak his language. Is running along beside you.
Is he cute?
Is he cute? No, he's not cute.
Oh, shame.
And Demos, end of the round. Mithan's just woken at your feet. What do you do, please?
Tell her to get up and I guess grab the. Oh, I don't have a pack or anything to it. Just grab the guy and start walking,
Okay.
moving towards with him in front.
Yep.
Another meat shield.
Another meat shield. Where are you heading?
Over the bridge.
Okay. So, say 50 foot. What's Demos's base movement rate?
It is 65.
65, so about here. Okay, so you're kind of prodding him along, got his arms up in the air. You're moving him along. Okay?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Get up to here. There is a lot of dead people around, by the way. And that is the end of the round. Initiative. Roll initiative. Okay. Can't see at the stage. Okay. What does he realistically do? Does he do? What does he do? Yeah. This guy here, Yathnel, hearing your footsteps and others' footsteps, with a cry of rage, turns, comes down the stairs towards you, and he's completely unarmed, so he doesn't have any weapons in his hands. Instead, he uses his hands as weapons. And he moves down the stairs. I'll just see how he. I'm giving him a minus because of uneven footing, and tries to kick and punch you. Yeah. He's got a minus because he's moved. And I'm giving him a negative because of the terrain that he's on. Yathanol, I've got your DB as 37. Wouldn't have your shield, assuming.
Target shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would or you wouldn't?
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason why she wouldn't have a shield with her. Yeah.
Okay.
DB is 67.
Okay. 5 and an A. Glancing strike. Would have been more serious, but it's on the stairs. Glancing hit. You were lucky. So he lashes out with his hands, and he is incredibly fast, Neathral. And he just kind of catches you for 3 hits. That's it. Oh. Okay. Somebody from up here, you're not sure who, lobs one of these objects. It comes sailing up. It was a very, very poor throw. It was a very poor throw. And they shot too far, and the ball lands about here. There is this massive gout of purple powder, and this area in this kind of radius is just covered in purple powder. Unaffected. None of the people either here, including yourself, Etienne, or these 3 guardsmen, were affected. The ethanol. He's just come down. Someone's just come down to try. Oh, I did it again. Damn it. To try to punch you. What do you do?
Attempt to run him through.
Okay. Have a minus as he has a minus because you're fighting on a staircase. Give me a roll, please. It's number 12.
Oh, for God's sake. Rolling terribly. 7.
7.
Oh, sorry, I was 80-20, of course.
80-20, okay.
114.
Yep. 7, and you're parrying. You don't get rear or surprise. He is pretty quick. And yeah, that's a miss. You just cut through air. A miss, Nathan. Right. Success. And Etienne, what do you do, please?
Well, he'll try and run the guy through instead.
Okay. So you're moving a very short distance. What is it? 11 foot. So it's very small negative. Move up and attack, please. You'll have the negative for operating on the stairs too.
I'm going home.
What was the roll?
3.
3.
Ah,
I'm pretty sure that's a fumble with a... Sure it's a...
Just one crap. Can you believe I rolled so many bad
That's a terrible
rolls?
run.
I've got a 2, a 7, a 7, a 3, a 6. Just terrible.
Do you want to know what the fumble range for a broadsword is?
I'm sure you know it.
1 to 3.
Yeah, sort of.
Give me a roll, please, Graham.
52.
2. You slip. With grace, you lose 2 rounds worth of opportunities. Good luck, pal. You're out, I'm afraid, Etienne, for 2 rounds. Next is Keros.
Yay. Who's going to shoot?
Not a lot at this stage. There are people fighting up here, so it looks like some allies and some enemies. You'd take a risk and try to plug one, but it wouldn't be a good shot.
Whereabouts am I? Sorry, Chris?
Right there.
I'm back here. Yeah. Oh. Can I move up to that tree in front of me, kind of on the left there? Yep.
Sure.
Taking cover.
Yep.
I don't want to be shot, and so on and so all of that stuff.
Yep. And right there.
Have I got any action left?
I don't know what distance you're moving, or what speed you're moving at. You were running double last round. So.
Oh, just a jog, which is the is that 1.5? Oh, times 1.5.
So how far?
Base movement of 50.
So 170. So 75.
So I've got 50% left.
So you've got not 50. You've probably got another 20% left. What do you do?
Can I see anything without doing a perception roll?
No immediate targets present themselves. There's fighting up here between, it looks like some thugs and some guards. Pretty vicious fight.
Can I maybe move across to that other tree on the right, but taking cover?
That would be about your limit about there.
Okay, but I'm undercover. I'm not open. Yeah.
No, you're there.
I don't want to be in the open. I'll go back.
Okay.
I'll run back. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Done.
Okay.
Cool. Next up is 10, 12, 11. This chap here, so 10, 12, 2. Excellent. What does he do? He runs up and there's a twang. Boom. 11. And yells as he gets struck. Etienne and Niathnal, you're both in blocking the staircase at the moment. Etienne kind of juggling his weapon. This guy comes up and around, and none of you guys can see what's going on. And this chap here also moves up. So kind of out of your field of... Two characters here out of your field of vision. Leif.
What can he see on the same level as him? That nasty fight.
Yeah. So a quick glance to your side. This guardsman is injured. It's 2 on 2 here, and looking. Yeah, I mean, there's a fight going on, melee fight.
Yep. He'll run in and attack the guy in the back.
This one here. Reference
Mm-hmm.
of either this chap here or this guy here.
Any with a shorter weapon?
Sorry,
I can't quite tell.
No, long swords or broadswords.
Yep. Whoever's closest, so who's going to get more attack on.
Okay. Distance is 35 foot. Call it this guy here.
Yep.
14. Give me a roll, please. Give me a roll to...
Jog.
Jog, yeah. Please.
61.
61, you're fine. You move up, and a rear attack. Go for it.
And he'll save 20 for parry.
Okay.
No, 10 for parry, just in case.
Okay, and on 14. Give me a roll... Pete!
41.
41, back attack. Won't get surprise. You moved 30. Do get rear. And your longsword is
107.
7, yes it is. Doesn't get a DB. Glancing shot, but enough to do a crit. 9 and a B. Roll the B, please.
B. Oh, 84.
84, nice. You slash him on the side, Leif. Back attack. 7 hits, and pretty serious wound. He's bleeding a lot. He screams in pain. And yeah, he's not in good shape. A lot of blood is coming out. And actually, you see one of the guardsmen off to the side that's a bit injured do the kind of the face. Ouch. Ooh, that's kind of smart. Yeah,
That's going to more than smart.
That really, really hurt.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries. Okay. God, all these people are dead. 10, 12, 2. Have fun.
She wants to catch up with Demos.
Yep. Give me a trotting roll, I guess, or no, a walking roll. Yeah, no, you're not a walking roll. Yep, you're fine.
She moves at 65, so
yep, you're fine.
Okay.
What up?
Oh well, she wants to see if she can cast. What was the distance, please? I bet she's not going to be able to cast a spell, but no, she won't. No, there's no chance.
65.
Sorry, no.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else she's doing?
Yeah. She'll just say, "I think you need healing."
Okay.
That's what she'll say, because she was told that he was bleeding, and I assume he's not feeling great.
Cool. Done.
Yep.
So that's excellent. Your buddy Keros runs up past, gets to here, and is planning to shoot this woman in the face next round. Next up is 15. That is the one that you just whacked. Life. And Demos. What are you doing, Demos?
He'd look at his leg and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm hurt." He'd ask Masan if she can heal or she's got stuff.
Okay.
And also ask, like, how's your head?
Pretty solid by the sounds of it. All right.
Yep.
Very good. Cool. Thank you very much. That is the end of that round. Next round, initiative. All right. Okay. The man in front of you, Neathanol, what does he do? Yeah, he sees Jimos is juggling a sword. He tries to attack you again, Neathanol. Neathanol, sorry. Sorry, beg my pardon. Yeah, Neathanol, sorry. He didn't move this time, but he is operating on the stairs. Carrying some. Neathanol, you were 80-20, is that right?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. You turn, so he punches at you. Really weird. I don't think you've ever really seen this before, Neathanol. Someone taking on an armed person like this, and he moves in such a bizarre way. He punches at your face. You just block it aside with your target shield. Thank goodness for your target shield. He misses. Next up. Neathanol, what do you do?
Strike back.
Okay.
80-20 again.
Roll.
Yeah. 13. My streak continues.
Goodness me. Parrying 20 was also parrying some. That's a miss. It's a miss. Next up, Keros. What are you doing?
Who can I shoot? I want to shoot someone.
There's no one that you can see at the moment.
Run then.
I am
Where the gang?
going to run
Uh-huh.
towards the stairs. My running is times 2. My base movement is 50.
Right.
How far can I get for that?
Hundreds would get you... It's 100 there.
Oh, I don't want to go all the way there. Who's the chap on the stairs?
It's your friend. You get to here, and you do see one of these foe that's standing there. She's got an arrow in her arm and is not looking very happy. Do you continue?
Am I able to fire?
No, because you've already run.
No. Oh, how much have I got left if I go... Okay, I can't fire. Is there somewhere I can take cover? She's got an arrow ready to go?
No, she's got an arrow in her arm.
Oh, that's awkward. Can I hide somewhere behind something?
You can go
What's
in.
that
You can go.
archway?
You can go inside there if you wish.
I don't want to go in there.
Oh, you sure? You can go there.
When you say it like that, yes, I'm very sure. Can I hide on the outside behind?
You're not
The
hiding
pillar?
because that is actually an action. But you tell me where you go.
You know, I'm to the pillar. On the outside of the pillar. Behind. Yep. And kind of on a bit more to the right. Because it looks. Yeah. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Done. You have your bow ready.
Yeah, I want to shoot someone.
Okay. Etienne, you're still juggling. Leif.
What's he got on the other guy? Back.
Yes, he would.
He'll take that back, please.
Sure thing.
He'll do a 20 parry.
Go for it.
39.
9. Now you didn't move this time.
Correct.
Do get the back. He doesn't get his DB. So even with a poor roll, that is a very, very, very convincing 30 and an E. Roll the E, please.
Oh, I'm just checking. This was on the other one, correct?
Correct. This man here.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yep. Take them from behind and they
Sure.
disable them, hopefully, so to speak. 56.
6. An E. You cut him across the leg. He's bleeding a lot, and you do him another 5 hits. Yeah.
Oh, 5 hits.
Yep.
Cool.
Nathan.
She will. She'll put her hands on Demos and cast Healing 3, which is a 4th level spell.
M.E.R.P, please. No prep.
No prep, but touching him. So
Sure.
oh,
Plus 30. What was the roll?
Yes, which she needs because she rolled a 4.
She rolled a 4. 4 plus 30 because you're touching him. Negative 30. However, it is above a 1 or a 2. Oops, no, wrong one. Successful. What do you give Demos, please?
3d10 hits is... Oh, great. 11.
11. Demos, you were on 39 plus 11. You're up to 50 hits.
Another 11 rounds, anyway.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yep.
If she's got an opportunity, she'll say, head's okay, and this will be weird. You're a good friend, because he was standing over her when she woke up, and that's touched her.
Cool, okay. here, Leif, the one that you slashed initially, this man here puts his broadsword through his head. And there's a satisfying meaty noise as the sword goes through his head and he collapses. This guy here that you've just slain throws down his weapon and clutches his leg. He's out of the fight.
Can I ask for the levels of both of... Well, for the dead guy, because I did a crit in for XP.
Yep, sure. 14 and 27. So 14 was 7th.
Ooh.
27 was... Goodness me, goodness me, goodness me. Come on, come on, come on. Where is he, where is he? Sake, there he is. 6th. Yep.
Does Leif have a couple of words?
Yep.
He will point the direction of the rest of the party, and my friends need help.
Friends.
In Thebronic.
Okay. My friends help. Yep. Cool. Done.
Yep.
Okay. You've clearly just endeared yourself to them because you've just slain two of their two people they were fighting. Right. All right. Let's see how. Demos, lucky last. What are you doing? You now feel better, courtesy of Mython.
He'd say thanks and so he'd say thank you and then kind of be like, "Are you sure you're okay?" Because he felt like that comment was a bit too nice.
Oh, she would have looked really awkward saying it, like really weird.
This is quite a moment for Mython.
Yeah,
Quite a moment. Okay.
Yes, he'd just keep moving forward
Okay.
with the meat shield and Mython.
Okay. Mython can't because she's acted, but Demos,
Okay.
after saying that, you continue moving up. Sure.
I loved that. I really wish we could
Oops.
have played that more. I
That was,
loved that moment.
that was really cool. That was really cool. Are you sure you're all right? That's brilliant. That's superb. Love it. Thank you. That is the end of the round. Next round. Initiative. And we're off. Okay. Okay. Same again. This chap on the stairs really doesn't like you, Neathanol, and goes in for an attack. Rolls a 5. You turn the shot aside. Doesn't even come close to hitting you. Next is Neathanol.
Oh, right. Try again, please.
Sure, give me a roll, please.
Now, come on, Neathanol. Enough mucking around. 97, that's better.
There you go, roll again.
nice.
Roll again.
80. Now we're talking. Now we're going.
Now we're cooking with gas, as my father would say. You're parrying 20. He was also parrying some, however, even with pretty colossal parry, that is a massive 213 minus 150 is 63 over. Is wearing no armor, which might be a problem. Uh, 63 divided by 2. 12, rounded up to 13. So 13 plus 26. 39. 39 hits. An E, which will roll first. And top of that, brutal swing. An E and a B. Roll the E, please.
$59.
Okay. You hit him hard in the leg. 8 hits, and he's bleeding. He's definitely bleeding pretty heavily. And the B, just give me 1 second to set up the B, please. Attack. And we'll call it a 0 hits and the slash. Roll the B, please.
38.
Bleeding more. 2 hits. That was enough.
You.
What happens?
Neathel floundering around. Well, they're both floundering around, quite sort of dancing around each other, like playing a little game without connecting with each other. Sort of, as if they're sizing each other up. Finally, Neathel finally does something decisive with her sword. Just runs the bastard through.
Cool. And he goes down. Killed. 6th level. Next. Keros.
Yes. Do I see anyone? No.
This woman here with the arrow in her arm, but apart from that,
Yeah, I'm going to shoot her.
she's standing there kind of stupidly blinking, blood coming out of her arm. She's 18 foot away. She's point blank range.
What a moron. I'm going to shoot her.
She's probably dying. But
Oh, well, I'm going to help her. 42.
ASEC 7. Okay. Oops, a daisy. We zoomed in a bit there.
42 plus
44.
44. Plus, I get a plus 10 on my attack
Do.
from the last one.
Do. 44 with the composite bow is stunned. However,
No, not however.
yeah. 44 the composite bow, that's right. Rolled a 44. You rolled a 44, didn't you, as the attack?
I rolled a... Sorry. 42.
42.
Oh,
Yeah.
Leif has just written Keros is so helpful. Oh, so helpful.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a miss.
How? How is that a miss?
Because you rolled poorly and you're not very good.
Did I get anything?
Yep. Shot some water.
Oh, stop.
Etienne, you're juggling for... No, you're
I'm
not.
done.
Yep, yeah, that
Am I
was
done?
Keros. That was Keros. Oh, no, you
Poop.
still got 15% action, actually, Keros.
Thank you. Can I reload? What's my
You,
action?
you can begin to reload, yes.
I'll begin to reload, please.
Yes, cool. Etienne, according to mine, you're unstunned. What do you do?
Right. We'll run up.
Okay.
Run up.
So as you come up, things have changed. For a start, there are some people on this object, whatever this object is, and there's also 3 people that have... Right, so I don't think this is going to work, but Torvash Galani... Maybe it is. Hang on a sec. Just give me 1 second. Can I do... Yes, lovely. Yes, and that's good. And to another person, no, I think we just leave that. This thing, whatever this thing is about there heading to Etienne. You see a hole in the roof, and there are people kind of peering through this hole in this glass ceiling. And this object is about up here. Stage.
And Torvash, what's her face is on it?
She's not in front of you. Yes, correct.
Damn it. How far away is it?
From where you are. $67 and rising.
Yep. I ain't got nothing.
Okay. I guess to round off this fight.
Oh.
Is there anybody that has a thought or a way that you might be able to get your foe that's rapidly escaping and will be gone in one round? If not, I'm going to do some narration.
Nothing from Leif or Mathen.
Okay.
Yathnor has one crazy ass thing she could do.
Okay. So let's go to... I'm sorry, everybody else, but just to move... I did mention off camera we're going to move things along, and it's later than expected. So, much later than expected, as expected. So we're moving till next round. Nyathanel, what's your one crazy action you get to do?
How much of a thing would it be to snapcast a level above spell?
Sure. So the... Oh!
Got to beat 20.
20. Cool. Thanks, Pete. So this object has moved up. Well, last round when Etienne you saw it, it's moved up a little bit more. And yeah, basically next round people are going to be out. So a 20% chance, 20% or under, that the spell could fail, and then you have to roll a normal spell roll to see if it fails. Succeeds.
And how far away is that thing?
It's now, I mean, it's pretty much at the top. Hands are reaching down for these people, pulling them through the hole. It is, I think I said 220. So Etienne saw it last round. We fast forwarded to your round this round. It moved last round, so it's now from you, Yathanel, down here. 213 foot. Nope.
Nah.
Okay. All right. So, some narration from me. So, first and foremost, I'm going to say, actually, I just do want to round that off. Well done, everybody. Well played. Well played. Sadly, Nyathanel, your foe was within your grasp. 100% straight up from the GM. Whether Torvash Galani escaped tonight or didn't escape was in the lack of the gods and the lap of dice rolls. Sadly, not this time. But there may be another time. Or not. But I say well done, everybody, for well played. Hopefully an interesting fight, and hopefully I think you'll agree, an absolutely beautiful setting. Whoever is, for viewers, etc., that are watching this, I didn't make this map. Somebody very kind made this map. which I have borrowed, and I think they did an amazing job. So whoever the map creator is, it really is, I think you guys will agree, a pretty spectacular map. So, some narration from me. Sit back, make yourselves comfortable. I'm going to zip through this reasonably quickly, but some important stuff coming up. So, initially there is a great deal of suspicion from Ningwen's guards. But with a combination of your attempts to kind of calm things down and using your South Tongue and your Thebronic that speak it, certainly those, Leif, that you came up and assisted with the fight, which really helped, and also Gilda the archer, this guy here, clearly you are allies, and there's a bit of suspicion initially, but once everybody kind of figures out that you're actually not enemies, the people are still looking at you a bit weird, but they calm down. A few minutes go past, and you're doing things like banding yourself up and stopping bleeding, and doing all the rest. When this man comes up to you, he looks like all of the staff that you've seen. Bigger guy, big square jaw, kind of graying at the temples, and he comes up and he's bleeding from an injury across his shoulder, and he's got people coming up and attending him. There are a few of others. Ningwen's staff have survived these women here, and a number of the guardsmen are up, and they're basically trying to desperately put things in order and try to deal with the horror and the barbarism of this attack as the sun is beginning to set. This man introduces himself as Captain Martino Marku, the captain of Ningwen's, his former mistress, and with that he's you notice he's been crying, by the way. Guard. He's injured as mentioned, and when you're speaking with him, his shoulder is kind of being sewn up from a pretty nasty sword cut. Captain Martino speaks a few words of Westron, so he tries to interact with you in a tongue that most of you can speak, but he's definitely a lot more comfortable in South Tongue. He tells you, he goes on and says that he and his mistress, may the gods take her well, have been looking out for the party, and goes on to say, and you are welcome, Mifan, you are welcome, Leif, you are welcome, Keros, Demos, Neathanel, Etienne, and he even acknowledges Victory, the cat. He says, my mistress has been awaiting you ever since those others, Tanya, Jadar, Severin, etc., came to Darn Island some weeks back. She told me that should something happen to you, I was to look after you. And I am here, and he can see he's greatly upset by the death of his mistress. But I am here to support and look after you and do everything I can to aid you and to help you. We have a lot to do here. And he turns back, and you look back towards Darn Tower, Ningwen's Tower, and all of this, the major tower itself is engulfed in flame. Behind you, during this vicious fight that's been going on, the tower itself is, there's flames coming out of all the windows, and it is absolutely a mess. Captain Martino says, however, please, I have something urgent for you. Please come with me. And he limps his way along, and all around you there are the fellow guardsmen rounding up prisoners. There aren't a lot. All of the black-clothed people, all of the, call them what you like, Torvash Galanis, troops, servants, Tikos, you don't know what they are, all of them have fought to the death, or committed suicide. There are a few of the thugs and the mercenaries that are being rounded up, and they're being searched and generally roughly treated and put to one side by the remaining guardsmen. He takes you along into the glass house that you went through earlier on, and he he comes up to a bookcase and reaches down, and he pulls out 2 envelopes. Both are dirty and spattered with drying blood. And he turns to you and says, "These are for you to read, and for you alone to read. I defended them with my life. My mistress gave them to me and said, they are for you, and for your information. Please, when you're ready, please come and find me when you're done." And he staggers off to continue with the operation of mopping up. You open the first of these envelopes, and there is a document, a lengthy document, to read. And I'd like, please, each one of you to take turnabout. I'll start off with reading the first page. And there actually is a lot of information here. It's a lengthy document. And I was initially thinking... I was going to apologize for this being a lengthy document. But this is some information that will hopefully clear things up a lot for you. So we'll take turnabout reading. So sit back, make yourselves comfortable. Your characters, exhausted, bleeding, cut, etc., collapse in that glass house, if you remember, a few sessions back. The sound of the flames licking up around the tower of Ningwen's tower, which is clearly now completely destroyed. Smoke, bits of ash drifting down. You make yourselves comfortable, and in some lights from candles that you find to light, you read the following. I'll read the first page, and then I would like Graham, you take next, please. Coming into main game chat now. There is a summary. My request is you don't read the summary yet. The summary is there when you come back to it at a later stage to refresh your memory. Don't read the summary now because it will kind of spoil any surprises, etc., that you may have. So the letter begins, and it says, written in an exquisite flowing script in the Westron language, dated Earth Day, 26th of Harvest, 1786. To the esteemed champions of Ely. As you read further, know that even though our paths have not directly crossed, your stories and the influence you have had on our world have not gone unnoticed by me. Mithan Naroba, I've heard tell of your small but important role 2 decades ago in unveiling the route to the library of Yifon. Tikos records mentioned your skill with a bow. Tanya and her companions speak of your wisdom and experience. Garros, young yet powerful weather mage. Your name echoes alongside your extraordinary talents. The North Sea and the whispers of your bond with Victory the Cat paint a vivid picture of your strength and mystique. Your youth is juxtaposed by your immense skill, and that is both intriguing and commendable. Leif Erikson. Stories of a good-hearted warrior mage from the North Sea precede you. Intertwining tales of magic and might that you wield have drawn both admiration and fear. And Graham, if you'd take up second page, please.
Probably help if I put my mic on. Yathanol. Yeah, Sherakia, your reputation as a high elf magician skilled in arts of subterfuge is spoken with awe. The shadowy tales from the North Sea, the silent footprints you've left behind, and the hushed voices that fear your name, these are the stories that Tenya and her companions and the Tikos cautiously reveres, and the Tikos cautiously acknowledges. Demos, Versaciliacus, and Etienne Gilderflower. While you may be new additions to this revered group, your presence hasn't gone unnoted. Demos, your expertise with a spear, and Etienne, your dedicated service, your goddess of love, Aphrodite, have already left marks that cannot be overlooked. You're all now closer. You're all now more than ever on a precipice. As you tread forward, remember that your path was not just of your choosing, but it appears also of destiny's design. In your hands lies not just the fate of empires, but the very essence of our world. Alas, by the time this missive reaches your hands, I fear my time in this world may have come to an end. If you're reading this, it signifies that my worst suspicions have come to fruition. I am no more, and you now carry on your shoulders a burden that I had hoped to spare you. 18 days ago, the Twilight party departed from my sanctuary on the Isle of Darn. Leaving in their wake a storm I had long feared would come. Their presence, while illuminating, may have inadvertently alerted our adversaries. Dated Air Day, 7th of Moons, 1786. My history and our foe. Before I proceed further, it's essential to delve into my personal history to better understand our shared destinies. I hail from Jebel-Mebeth, a free city island embraced by cool currents of the North Sea, as Carius and Neathanor know well. As a wood elf diplomat, my roots were firmly planted in the art of negotiation and diplomacy. I had the honour of being closely acquainted with Tenya Amastasia, whom you know, the daughter of my cherished friend Lawson Amastasia. He, much like me, dedicated his life to the world of diplomacy, representing our homeland with unwavering resolve. It may intrigue you to know that despite my diplomatic stature, my present lifestyle transcends the modesty of a retired Mebeth diplomat's stipend. Acquaintances with key figures in Corinth Stock Exchange, paired with prudent investments, have ensured my influence. Our world has been meticulously constructed by brave and the righteous, with institutions that, albeit not without flaws, have stood as pillars of hope and prosperity. Institutions like religion, commerce, and monarchy have thrived under the vigilant eyes of leaders who believed in meritocracy. A world where the boldest and most talented stand at the helm. Yet this very world is threatened by the ideals of the United Peasants' Party states, who champion a dangerous doctrine of equality, universal rights, and a world devoid of the rich-poor divide or reverence for the gods. Such notions are not just misplaced, they are an affront to the natural order. Inside the vast maze that is the People's Republic of Torang, the huge UPP nation to the south of Carson, and the enemies, home of our enemies, two factions vie for control, the New Enlightenment Union and the Committee of the New Age. And while their ultimate goals align, their methods and philosophies often clash, adding a layer of complexity to an ordinary, intricate tapestry. Overseeing this intricate political dance is the Torang Committee of State Security, TICOS. This organisation...
Who's taking up the mantle?
I can keep reading.
Thanks, Pete.
Yep. Where are we? This organisation, concealed in shadows, is revered and feared for its unwavering dedication to Torang's radical, misguided vision. It is the New Enlightenment Union, led by a ruthless woman called Tuvash Irini Chonta, that I particularly want to highlight in this letter, for it is this organisation and this woman who are your deadly foes. Torvash, by the way, simply means fellow sufferer. Or fellow suffer? Fellow sufferer.
Suffer.
In the bastardised version of the Bronic that those of Torang speak. It has come to my attention, through secret TICOS reports, whispers and veiled threats, that the New Enlightenment Union has taken a keen interest in your group. In addition to what fears they have of what you know from your time in the North Sea, and your strange dreams, perhaps their interest is now enhanced due to the commendable victories you achieved in the recent trials of Ely. Or maybe the dark cloud that hangs over the alleged assassination of the Oracle of Pytha 10 days ago has painted even more targets on your backs. However, in this affair I choose to believe in your innocence and honour, for falsehoods are the favoured tools of our enemies. The scars of history serve as painful reminders of the lengths these factions can go. It was in the tumultuous War Against the Blue Tide in 1501, 285 years ago, that my own brother met his end at the hands of the blue flag-waving zealots of the UPP. That singular event ignited a fire within me, shaping my lifelong quest to hinder the nefarious plans of these misguided, equality-loving swine. But how, you may wonder, does an elf, retired for over a century from the diplomatic service of a small city like Jebel-Mebeth, stand against such a formidable foe? My relentless pursuit to eradicate this political menace has made me an invaluable asset to many great powers. Over the centuries, I've fostered relationships with intelligence agencies worldwide, ensuring a ceaseless flow of information to my doorstep. Wealth and old alliances have only further bolstered my arsenal, allowing me to procure insights even when goodwill falls short. I must hasten my words, for time is of the essence. Suspicion looms that this very island might be under surveillance, prompting me to intensify the patrols guarding its shores. The Lords of Akana. Your endeavours, no doubt, have led you to hear whispers of the Lords of Akana at the height of their power 61,000 years ago. Their legacy, intertwined with the cataclysmic Lord's War, serves as a poignant backdrop to our current tribulations. As common knowledge says, the Lords were led by the 8 great families of the Southern Seas, which give the seas their current-day names, as well as 10 families from the north. The Lords of Akana were a legendary race whose name echoed with tales of grandeur. Thought to originate from a mix of demigod, elven, and high human bloodlines, their presence in history was both eminent and influential. They were a towering race, standing on average at 7 feet, and were known for their exquisite beauty. Their unparalleled intellect allowed them to design cities of unmatched splendour and craft machines of profound innovation. However, it was their mastery of ancient magic that truly defined them. This magic, undivided and pure, predates the known categories of essence, mentalism, and the power of the gods. These lords, nearly all of them, were archmages, spellcasters of supreme capability. Such was their mastery that they could tap into the very essence of the universe, combine it with divine power, and unlock the vast potential of the mind. There are tales that even suggest that archangels sought their wisdom, hinting at the breadth of their magical prowess.
Thanks, Pete. Who's up next?
I can go.
Thank you.
Yet the weight of their power and knowledge became their undoing. A catastrophic event known as the Lord's War erupted due to a deep-seated religious dispute among them. To this conflict, they brought to bear powerful spells, casting cataclysms that reshaped the world. They invoked vast firestorms and magical vortexes that obliterated life and changed the face of the continent. This devastating war marked the end of their era. For over 18,000 years, Duranarki, the continent they once ruled, this land, remained an uninhabitable wasteland. Their legacy was buried, and the world they once shaped lay in ruins. It took more than 43,000 years for life to rejuvenate and civilizations to emerge again, slowly fading the memories of the mighty lords of Arcana into myths and legends. The Library of Yelfon. 21 years ago, following a devastating earthquake in the southern lands of the Empire of the Mosul, a man named Solomon Mustaq Pormak accidentally discovered a hidden treasure amidst the ruins of Shabibi. With the aid of his companions, including you, Mithan, set in motion events which led to the unveiling of an almost intact Lords of Arcana library, the Library of Yelfon, located deep within the wilds of Caban. The Library of Yelfon provided to be an astounding repository of ancient knowledge, containing works of literature, history, politics, philosophy, poetry, and most notably magic. This was a trove of wealth beyond compare, a wealth of knowledge and total power. While yes, some elements of this wisdom and art were wonderful, also too found in this library was a deadly wealth of knowledge. Once the great nations of the world learnt of it, naturally they all wanted it, despite some of these secrets having the potential to end the old order and all that we hold dear. Amid its countless tomes and scrolls, 4 profound secrets of the ancients stood out. Oh, this word. Reciprocally, did I say that right? Assured destruction, RAD. Among the library's contents were copies of dark magic that the Lords of Arcana had once employed to obliterate their world in the Lord's War. These spells had the power to summon cataclysmic firestorms and magical vortexes capable of annihilating entire cities. In our present day, the major powers of the world, having acquired these spells through various means, and are prepared to use them as a final act of retaliation, ensuring mutual destruction if invoked. This is a terrifying fact, but one that neither you nor I can do anything about, and hence is not to concern us further. 2. The hive mind. An enchantment that allowed leaders, upon entering a specific room, to share their thoughts and understand one another instantaneously. Meant as a tool for fostering understanding and trust, this incarnation was unfortunately acquired and destroyed by the Thracians, who viewed it as invasive and is now sadly of no interest to us. 3. Hammer of the New Age and Orthorix, devil dust. These represent the 3rd secret. Knowledge of it is fiercely defended by a political faction in Turang called the Committee for the New Age, led by a man by the name of Torvash Pipalis. The details have been kept a closely guarded secret by the Committee for the New Age, for they found this secret when no one else did, but whispers spoke of a formidable weapon from ancient times which will likely be demonstrated on day 0. Gosh. This appears to be the dark path that Tanya, Severin, Jada, and their companions must tread to thwart this evil plan, and I will not speak of it further. As profound as these secrets were, there was a 4th one, the Rite of Azza, which I will describe later in this letter, and is of direct relevance to you, my champions. The discovery of these ancient secrets has had far-reaching implications, influencing political maneuvers, stirring ambitions, and shaping the course of world events.
You're up, Mason.
M.E.R.P the Defiler. Now lost to most in the midst of time, M.E.R.P Katana, later referred to as the Defiler, was an enigmatic figure originating from the illustrious lords of Arcana Katana family. Little would be known of him, as it appears that his own kind attempted to erase his existence from history, and until recently only hints and fables existed, until a book entitled Fall of the Defiler was found in the library of Yelfon 21 years ago. This book tells M.E.R.P's tale. Born into privilege and power, M.E.R.P was not just an ordinary member of his lineage. He was exceptionally gifted in the magical arts and possessing a peculiar obsession with the undead. In addition to his magical prowess, he was a knowledgeable astronomer, which eventually led him down a path of profound discoveries and grand ambitions. Through his studies, he discerned that a comet, the lonely tail that visits our world rarely, had a profound impact on the world's essence, causing magic to wane and affecting non-human birth rates. His motivations for his studies stemmed from his disdain for the corruption he perceived within the Lords of Arcana and their constant quarrels over religious supremacy. Over time, the accounts say he came to loathe the decadence and depravity that in his opinion had infected the Society of the Lords of Arcana. Believing that repeated passes of this comet would eventually erase all magic from their world, M.E.R.P crafted a solution to massively hasten this end, the termination. This ritual aimed to harness the comet's essence draining power and put an end to all types of magic, including the very power of the gods. His vision was to end the world's current order, ridding it of magic, his own kind, non-human races, and even the gods, paving the way for a clean start. 2 celestial phenomena. In our vast cosmos, 2 celestial phenomena have particularly piqued the curiosity of mortals, the Iron Shower and the Lonely Tail. The former visits our planet of Traonia every 250 years, a comet cluster notorious for driving animals to madness for a fleeting period. It's a benign series, occasionally littering our world with shards of iron as it traverses our skies. Conversely, the Lonely Tail is a much rarer spectacle, gracing our world once every 61,000 years. Bright enough to be observed during the day, it wields a potent cosmic force, sapping our world's essence. Regrettably, due to the immense time gap, the present populace, unaware of the Lonely Tail's legacy, is confusing it for the Iron Shower. The implications, however, are vastly different and must not be conflated. War in Heaven. M.E.R.P's grand ambitions did not go unnoticed. His plans to utilize the power of the Lonely Tail drew the attention of gods and demons. This celestial discovery of M.E.R.P's intentions led to a schism?
Schism.
Yeah. Amongst the divine entities. On one side were the majority of gods and demons who were alarmed by the threat of M.E.R.P's plan, which would spell their very destruction. They believed in active intervention, seeking to halt M.E.R.P and prevent the potential annihilation of magic and divine existence. Contrasting this stance was a faction of divine beings known as the Fate-Led. Their belief was rooted in the idea of destiny and non-interference. Some among the Fate-Led were at peace with the notion of their possible doom, seeing it as a natural course of events.
It's picking up.
Yep.
Well, we begin.
Yep.
There are also those who thought that the Lonely Tail, in conjunction with the termination, might usher in a new era, and even elevating the divine beings to a higher state of existence. This disagreement on how to address the looming threat of M.E.R.P's plans resulted in a cosmic war, both in paradise and the abyss. The battlegrounds echoed with the clashes between those advocating intervention and those championing the course of fate. The divine's intervention. Those divine beings who sought to intervene and oppose M.E.R.P sought to attack and destroy him. However, the power of the gods was not as it once was, and divine magic and power, though vast, were limited in their scope of direct influence on the mortal plane. Thus, gods and demons resorted to dispatching their celestial servants, angels, demons, to Duranarki in an effort to confront and stop M.E.R.P. M.E.R.P, with his formidable might, defended himself vigorously against these divine incursions. On multiple occasions he even managed to repel and slay some of these celestial beings sent against him, and on several occasions it is said that both angels and demons aligned with the Fate Lord fought alongside M.E.R.P to defeat their divine interventionist kindred, seeking M.E.R.P's doom. One particularly vivid account from the book Fall of the Defiler describes an episode where the divine tendrils, smoky white and black, reached out to ensnare M.E.R.P and some of his nearby followers, attempting to drag him into either the luminous heavens above or the fiery depths below. However, his powerful magic allowed him to resist and break free from this celestial snare. Again, in the chronicles of the tome The Fall of the Defiler, it is penned that upon multiple instances these ethereal tendrils, interwoven with hues of purest white and shadowy black, attempted to pull M.E.R.P and his devoted kin into the dominions overseen by the Celestials, and each time M.E.R.P withstood their allure, in part attributed to the diminishing potency of these celestial aspirants. Yet whispers among the ancients suggest that not all among his fellowship held such resilience and fortune. Some found themselves enraptured by resplendent skies or ensnared by the blazing abyss, while others drifted into liminal space. These corridors betwixt realms and dimensions, that some called the Fifth Path. Oh. The fall of M.E.R.Das. Yet, the ultimate threat to M.E.R.Das came not directly from the heavens, but from his own kin. The celestial powers, weakened them they had been in ages past, found they could not confront M.E.R.Das directly. They needed to find other methods. They began to infect the dreams of M.E.R.Das's kin, the Katana family, with visions of destruction and what M.E.R.Das was plotting. And in time, the Katanas confronted M.E.R.Das, and that confrontation soon led to violence. The Katana family recognized the enormity of the task, sought divine intervention in crafting 2 specialized weapons to defeat the near-invincible M.E.R.Das. These weapons, named the Defiler's Bane, a sword, and a Dane Tooth, a dagger, were imbued with both a fragment of M.E.R.Das's essence and divine blessings, making them singularly effective against him. In the end, after a fierce and tumultuous confrontation at Star's Grave in the very south of Carson, M.E.R.Das met his demise at the hands of his great uncle, Mas Katana, who wielded the dagger Banetooth to deliver the final blow, the sword Defiler's Bane being lost earlier in that battle. Yet,
Whispers suggest that due to M.E.R.Das's deep immersion in dark lich magic, he may not truly be dead, but merely dormant, awaiting a powerful force to awaken him once again. It is said that the sword, Defiler's Bane, was recovered after the battle and taken back in reverence to the ancient seat of power of the Katana family in the Sea of Katana. It is reported that 61 millennium later, when Tarek Nev fell to the forces of Scarthus in the Second War of Scarthus in 1567, 219 years ago, that this sword was unable to be retrieved and lies in Tarek Nev still. Please see my file accompanying this letter for more information. Sadly, the dagger Banetooth appears to be lost to us. This weapon, which was used to fell M.E.R.Das all that time ago by his great uncle, appears to have been taken north as a trophy of high honour and displayed to all that wished to see it. In a footnote in the book, Fall of the Defiler, it was last seen displayed in the halls of one of the lesser lords of Arcana on the eastern shores of what we would now call the North Sea. No trace of the whereabouts of this hugely significant weapon has ever been found, and it is assumed now lost to the mists of time. The Rite of Aza. The Rite of Aza is a mysterious and ominous ritual associated with the ancient lords of Arcana. Found within the library of Yelfon and kept secret by those of the New Enlightenment Union, this ritual is deemed one of the 4 most significant secrets among the many arcane discoveries within the library. While the full details of the rite remain elusive, its inherent potency is evident. The ritual, when invoked, is believed to have the power to bring undead beings, regardless of how long they have been deceased, back to life. This dark ceremony is tied to a formidable entity known as Azathoth. Azathoth, often referred to as the Black God of the Undead. Wow. This deity possesses other chilling titles, such as the Unlife King, the Unmaker, the Non-Dying Horror, and the Revenant Father, hinting at its fearsome and necromantic nature. It is whispered that Azathoth is indeed one of the fell gods that challenged the old gods of this world for supremacy. Legend says that the fell gods were more terrible and powerful than the existing gods and came from another place. Despite its discovery, the instructions for the Rite of Aza found in the Library of Yelfon are not complete. As I understand, through some cunning and good fortune, it is only the fiends of the New Enlightenment Union who know more about the Rite of Aza than just its name. Other than myself, that is. Hints suggest that the missing elements of the ritual are inscribed on red layan, a form of enchanted glass, tablets or slates. The legends indicate that these slates, essential for the ritual's completion, might be located in the distant regions of Caban or within the libraries of the Nereti in the dead city of Tarek Nev, far to the south of the Sea of Katana. This rite is the focus of the New Enlightenment Union, led by Irini Chonta, who seek to harness its power for their ominous purposes. Specifically, they aim to use the rite to resurrect the formidable M.E.R.P Katana, the Defiler, to enact his vision of the termination. The Union even reverentially refers to M.E.R.P as the waiter in the long night, hinting at the grave importance they place on the ritual and its potential outcome of waking him on day 0 in 4 months' time. The New Enlightenment Union plan to unleash this horror on day 0 at the Star's Grave, Krakoa, far in the south of the People's Republic of Turang. There, on that day, the ruling, all-powerful Pollitt Committee, which rules the People's Republic of Turang, will decide which course to follow to pull down the old order and all we hold dear.
Picking it up.
Will it be whatever devilry is being prepared by the Committee for the New Age and its terrible weapon, the Hammer of the New Age, or whatever hell the New Enlightenment Union release with the Rite of Azza? Or will either or both of these terrible plans be defeated before they are enacted? Dated Queen's the 11th of Moon, 1786. Your choices: Tarik Nev or Krakoa. As I pen this section, I am burdened with the weight of choices that lie ahead of you. The time at hand is perilous, and the path you choose will inevitably shape the future of Duranarki. You are at a crossroads, and every moment brings us closer to a possible cataclysm. Irini Chonta, that elusive puppet master of fate, is on the move, and I strongly suspect she is seeking, or soon will be seeking, the last Layan slate in Tarik Nev. This slate holds the final piece to the ominous Rite of Azza. If she were to succeed in her quest and perform this rite, the waking of M.E.R.P, the Defiler, becomes a terrifying reality. Would you pursue her, brave champions, with the hopes of preventing such a dark eventuality? The city of Tarik Nev whispers secrets to those who listen. It is said that within its ancient walls lies the Defiler's bane, as I have mentioned, capable of challenging M.E.R.P himself. If legend holds true, and if you believe them, this weapon might be your best chance at halting the doom that threatens our world. Should this be the direction your hearts pull you towards, then Tarik Nev's secrets await your discovery. But I beseech you to be cautious, for the Dead City is a labyrinth of enigmas, and Irini's shadow might be lurking in its darkest corners. Yet, if your intuition whispers that confronting the root of this impending doom directly is the path to choose, then the Star's Grave, Krakoa, beckons. It is believed that this is where M.E.R.P might be resurrected, where the Rite of Azza will culminate, and where the very essence of magic and the gods may be extinguished. If you choose this path, be prepared to face a force beyond comprehension. Do not forget, champions, that the sands in the hourglass are falling rapidly. With day 0 merely 120-something days or 4 months away, time is not a luxury you possess. Every decision, every step you take must be with purpose and haste. No rescuing sausage dogs. If M.E.R.P is awoken by the Rite of Azza, confronting him with mere steel and spells will likely prove futile. The Defiler's Bane and the dagger, Bane Tooth, are said to be the only weapons that can truly harm him, weapons tinged with divinity and a purpose. However, with Bane Tooth lost to us, should you find yourselves face to face with this ancient evil, the Defiler's Bane may be your only salvation. Do you venture into the shadows of Tarik Nev's crumbled majesty, seeking the perilous chance to intercept Torvash Irini Chonta amidst the remnants, ere she discovers the last lane slate to complete the Rite of Aza? Even if fate denies you victory over Irini and her cohorts, the rotten city may yet yield the Defiler's bane, preparing your souls for a confrontation with the Defiler if the stars decree it so. Alternatively, might you choose to bypass the mire of the treacherous swamps and the melancholy embrace of the dead city? To ensure the sun does not set on our world before you reach day zero, and therefore set your sights directly upon the star's grave, Krakoa, where the destiny awaits? Here, perhaps, a strategy of surprise might halt the impending Rite of Aza to defeat the New Enlightenment Union and may win the day. The choice is ultimately yours.
Mason.
Resources and guidance. During your journey, seeking guidance from the Monmin may prove invaluable. Formed in the 1460s, the Monmin Society is an international secret society dedicated to stamping out the UPP movement. Typically, its members are some of the wealthiest people in the world. Not large in number and highly secretive, the organisation is powerful due to the immense resources its wealthy members can contribute. The founding document and manifesto is known as the Divine Right of the Rich. The Monmen are known to have some quite extreme beliefs. While I was never rich enough to join their number, they have proven to be useful allies in the fight against the UPP tide. They may be able to provide further insights for you into Krakoa, Tarik Nev, and with luck, how to enter the People's Republic of Turang, where Krakoa is said to be located deep in the south of that land. I have taken the liberty to compile a file which accompanies this letter detailing the knowledge I have gathered about the New Enlightenment Union, Irini Chonta, Tarik Nev, M.E.R.P, and Krakoa. Although my knowledge of the latter is limited, I trust that it will provide you with some guidance. Why you? The myths of destiny are often unfathomable, and I must admit, even with my years and the vast tapestry of knowledge I've gleaned, they remain obscured. If I were to gaze upon your puzzled faces now, I imagine a singular question might be echoing in your minds. Why us? Indeed, you are not alone in this query. Every chosen one, every hero, at some point grapples with the existential weight of such a question. The realms of divinity and fate are mysterious, and often their plans and designs do not reveal themselves with blatant clarity. But as you stand at this precipice, some fragments of understanding may emerge from the shadows. From my recollections and the tidings passed on to me, you first converged as a group in a monastery in the North Sea. Could this convergence be more? Could this convergence be more than mere happenstance?
Yes.
It's happenstance. Sorry. Monasteries, as I'm sure you've come to realize, are not just places of worship, but often serve as sanctuaries of ancient knowledge, mysteries, and sometimes forgotten pacts. Could it be that the very walls, the stones, the air within the sacred place recognized in you the potential for greatness, for a mission larger than yourselves? In your shared past, was there a singular, inexplicable event of godly nature, a moment that neither time nor tribulation has been able to erase? Think back, champions. Sometimes the most crucial memories lurk just beyond our immediate grasp, hidden under layers of more recent events. Such moments, even if they seem benign at the time, might now hold the key to understanding your chosen path. It is no secret to me that others seek the downfall of the Committee for the New Age and the New Enlightenment Union, but their quests, however noble, lack a certain celestial touch that has graced your journey.
Sorry. The gods, it seems, have taken interest in your exploits. Their whispers, dreams, and signs evident in your ethereal encounters that you've had. Such attention, be it from angels or demons, suggest a preordained path, or perhaps a test to deem if you are worthy of such destiny. However, one can't help but wonder about the strength of these divine entities. The gods, as I have come to understand, once wielded unimaginable power, yet as the ages have turned, as newer beliefs and entities have emerged, the magnitude of their power has sadly waned. If their influence was compromised during the time of M.E.R.P, now, millennia later, it might be the mere shadow of its former self. The heavens, however, cannot remain merely as spectators. Their interventions in the mortal plane, as rare as they might be, were driven by urgent need. Can they still affect mortal affairs as once they did? I would reckon that their interventions, as you have witnessed, are less direct, their touch is less forceful. But herein lies hope, for if they have chosen to manifest even weakly around you, then you must be of paramount importance. If a river once roared is now a gentle stream, even a drop can become precious. While the specifics of why you've been chosen, may not be crystal clear, be it due to inherent magic, ancient destiny, or the confluence of events at that monastery, there is no doubt that you have been selected. You are to play a pivotal role in the grand theatre of fate, and the universe watches with bated breaths. The previous elegant Westron script that flowed beautifully across the page of this letter now appears erratic. The ink smudges with each hurried line, evidence of Ningwen's hand shaking as she scribbles down her last words. Dated 13th of Moons, 1786. My home is under attack. As I pen down these final hasty words, black plumes of arid smoke darken my windows. A grim sign that my sanctuary is breached. I can only imagine the questions plaguing your minds. Why us? Why thrust into this convoluted web of prophecy and intrigue? I wish I had clear answers. In your journey, perhaps you've encountered signs or moments of destiny that have led you this path. Yet among the confusion, one truth stands starkly clear. There are others, like us, like you, committed to thwarting the sinister aims of both the Committee of the New Age and the New Enlightenment Union. But none seem so distinctly touched by the divine or cursed as you. It's evident, given your encounters with both angels and demons. Such intense celestial interest surely isn't coincidental. Though M.E.R.P's time spoke of the gods' waning power, it is logical to assume their influence may even be fainter now. Yet resistance, your experiences defy this logic. You are living proof that the divine still reaches out, even if their attempts to drag you into the blinding heavens or infernal abyss, or slay you on the road of the North Sea may be futile. But as with many matters of divinity, certainty is elusive. I implore you, in my stead, should I not survive this onslaught, seek out the Monmen. Though shrouded in mystery and endowed with extreme beliefs, their vast resources and knowledge may prove
invaluable. They may hold the keys to resolving the very questions you grapple with. Particularly, Jasir al-Hafiz and Jebai Ratana might guide you further if she is closest, should you choose this path. The Monmen, while they can be somewhat zealous in their approach, could be great allies for you in your quest. There is an envelope, sealed with my personal insignia, accompanying this letter. It contains information and contacts which might assist you. Trust my captain of the guards, Martino Marco. He's served me loyally for years and will guide you as best he can. Fresh information has just reached me in the last 2 days, and if, by chance, you see Tanya and her companions again, tell her that it seems almost certain that Project Hammer, led by the thrice-accursed swine, Torvash Papillus, will also be demonstrated at or very close to the Star's grave on day 0. But remember, 2 separate attempts to defeat each of your 2 separate UPP foes, the Union for you, my champions, and the Committee for Tanya and her friends, is the best and safest approach, as 2 attempts have a greater chance of success than only 1. Remember, dear champions, sand in the hourglass rushes even faster. 4 months, 120-something days until day 0. Time might seem like a relentless foe, but with conviction, courage, and unity, even time can be tamed. Will you rise to the challenge? Will you forge your destiny and defy the looming shadows? In my heart, I believe you can. You must. The fate of our world may very well rest upon your shoulders. May the winds of fate guide your steps, and may you find the strength within to face the trials ahead. May luck be with... The letter abruptly ends here, the last word unfinished, trailing off into a smudged line. It's evident that something or someone interrupted Ningwen before she could finalize her thoughts. The urgency and terror almost palpable in her last written words.
That is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Very good.
Very good. Answers.
Beware. Beware of the clit. Yeah.
Beware of the
Oh, the cliff, yeah.
the killer Earth. Yes. Yeah. There we go, guys.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah, very good. We've got a few.
3 years in the making.
Few.
Wow.
Wow.
Uh, Alex and Mason. Did some of that make sense? Hopefully.
You know what? Some of that did actually make sense. Yeah. Did you write that whole thing, Chris?
It was very good.
Yes,
Yourself?
I did.
Yeah, because that's incredible.
Thank you,
Very good.
Jux.
Oh, Giles is here. Hello, Giles.
Hello, Giles.
He's still being strong and silent.
He is still being strong silent. Hang on, I'm just going to...